Special delivery with Sam and Dave will be right back on the Virus, Sirius 197, XM 202. Special delivery with Sam and Dave is back on the Virus, Sirius 197, XM 202.
Yeah, it's special delivery starring Sam and Dave, and we are live.
Thank you, Jared.
At Richie Knuckles Arcade here in Princeton, New Jersey.
Sam, I'm having such a good time.
So am I. We're celebrating.
I was just talking
the
to
King of Kong. Sheepy's clapping in the corner. So is DJ New Style.
All right, I was just talking to a guy.
Yeah?
He said, I have never heard special delivery show.
Yeah.
He said, from now on, I am subscribing to Sirius XM.
And thank you for saying that, Sheepy. Yeah!
So that's one off the books.
One off the books. And by the way, I believe that Sam and Dave should get every penny from that subscription.
Oh, I am.
And
by the way, I did want to say this.
Yeah, Eastside
Make
Dave.
sure Richie, not only do we support the Richie Knuckles Arcade, make sure you buy your Kong Off t-shirts.
What?
Make sure you buy your Kong Off t-shirts, only
From
2 stores down.
Okay, yeah. Well, why are you promoting?
And, you support Richie and myself.
Wait.
And I get, I'm getting, I get a few couple of the, Kamales or whatever they're called.
Wait, Dave, you got you got a merch deal?
And Richie Knuckles is giving me about
here. Eye contact.
20% of the proceedings.
Dave.
So thank you all for supporting Eastside Dave, everybody, for the t-shirt sales. Yes, Samuel, question.
I got no money from the t-shirt sales.
So anyway, you go over to Richie Knuckles.
Don't buy the buy the shirt. They're nice shirts, but somebody make sure that Dave doesn't get any of that money. That's
I'm getting the money. Thank you, and buy your shirts. And thank you, Richie Knuckles, for that deal. Well, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Sam's getting nothing, right? Remember that?
Absolutely, but we have a website to plug for the merch.
Plug it.
Plug it, of course.
TheKingsOfCapitalism.com.
And I got to tell you, Dave, this is a great idea. The Kings of Capitalism is Billy Mitchell and Richie Knuckles combining forces. It's like the King of Kong, except instead of playing Donkey Kong, they take your money.
I love that.
Is that correct?
Selling all kinds of arcade-related merchandise and hot sauce.
I love it. I love it.
I've bought a few items myself.
You
Thank
have
you very much.
Absolutely.
And you have gotten a percentage on it, or?
It's almost like selling Amway.
Richie and I have a deal. No big deal. You don't need to know everything. Richie and I have a deal.
Pyramid scheme.
Not a big deal.
Richie Knuckles, you told us a little while ago that there was somebody here who had performed an original song. Is he ready to perform?
Yes, he is
We're ready. We're ready for him.
We are
friend.
ready for the song.
We are ready for the song.
You can walk back there and grab him if you want.
Okay, go get him.
Oh, I meant Richie, but
I don't think Jared knows
you said
where
the
to
fruitcake out there.
Fruitcake. Go
Why
get
not?
him, fruitcake.
Listen, Richie, are people pissed off at the things Dave and me are saying tonight?
No.
Okay, because what about the things Conrad Bain and Dr. Phil are saying? No?
The stuff about Walter Day was a little much.
I thought so too.
That was a little much.
so too.
That is too much. It's too much. It's not necessary.
It's not right.
But everybody has a sense of humor.
Okay, bring him over.
Bring him over, Jared. What
Holy
are you doing?
Shit.
And he
Bring
just
him
took his
over.
headphones off. Jared, bring him over here. Bring him here.
Jared, by the way, you have headphones and microphones, so you can always talk back to us.
Bring. Okay, you should have told us.
Okay. All right, so
Okay.
get the
You
mic
got to
on.
speak a little louder, though.
Thank you. Richie's right, Jared.
You need,
right,
you need a new fruitcake.
I can't walk
Yeah,
and chew gum.
we do.
Okay.
Okay. Well, first of all, he can introduce. Sir, what's your name?
Jared, please.
It's the man without a voice box, everybody.
He doesn't have his headphones on.
Nobody is wearing the.
Hold on. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go over there.
Thank God for you, Dave. Yeah, we're wireless. What are we doing sitting at this table? We're in the crowd, everybody.
What's your name, partner?
Philip Sorge.
Philip?
Yes.
And what's this song going to be called?
What do you think it's going to be called?
I have no idea. I've never met you.
At the Kong Off.
At the Kong Off, everyone. Okay, take it away, Philip. No, he needs the mic.
I need the mic. Audience participation is more than asked for. So come
Audience
on, everybody.
participation, everybody.
Everyone ready in the house?
Yeah!
All right, let's go.
Okay. Here comes Philip.
This is going to be hot. This is going to be hot.
All right, we're ready, Richie. I mean,
Yeah, that was Richie.
that was you. Whoa!
The greatest plays are here. Who will win at the Kong Off? At the Kong Off. With major money online, who will shine at the Kong Off? At the Kong Off. Their reputations at stake. Who might break at the Kong Off? At the Kong Off.
he likes it.
Here at the Kong Off. Here at the Kong Off. Kong Off. Kong Off. Kong Off. The champ Hang Chien with his surgical skills at the Kong Off. At the Kong Off. Is Steve Weeby the man with his followers at hand at the Kong Off? At the Kong Off.
How do you know these words?
Will Billy and Mitchell's prowess rise up to the challenge at the Kong Off? At the Kong Off.
And when they go and
Here at the Kong Off.
And where's that Brian Coo?
Here at the Kong Off. Kong Off.
Okay.
Kong Off. Kong Off.
One more.
The best line's coming up.
Oh, there's more.
Yeah, the best line's coming up.
Okay. Sounds good. Good.
More cowbell. More cowbell.
We play the instrumental guitar. You know, Welcome to the Jungle.
Richie Knuckles made the space. There's no better place than the Congo. Than the Congo. With the DGGs excited, we will be delighted at the Congo. At the Congo. With Red Bull girls in the house, everyone will shout at the Congo. At the Congo. Everyone, here at the Congo. Congo. Here at the Congo. Congo.
All right. Can I be in your band, Richie Knuckles?
Yeah, that's
Who will win at the Congo?
Right, the Congo.
Yeah.
Congo.
All right, here comes the part with the cowbell.
Oh my lord.
Who will win
At the Congo. Good.
Congo.
Yeah.
Congo.
The Kong off.
Kong off. Kong off.
Hold on.
Thank you very much.
What other?
Thank you, everyone.
What other songs do you know any GNR?
We're not having him play GNR. It's the Kong off.
Just a little patience. Yeah. No. Okay. No, I was just joking.
This is dangerous. Well, what's your name again?
Philip.
Do you have a website or anything where people
No, I'm good. I'm all good alone.
You gotta push that music. Dave, let's
We're going
walk
to put
over
his
here.
song up on our website.
Oh, okay. What's the website?
At RichieKnuckles.com.
RichieKnuckles.com is the website. The song
We
will
were
be
going to
up.
put his song up for available for download.
And we'll plug the Kings of Capitalism. That's Richie Knuckles' other website there.
We gotta walk
And
over here.
Richie Knuckles is
Look
doing
what's
a great
going
job.
on over here. The man himself. You're stepping over the red rope, Dave.
Oh my! Oh, what is this, like Field of Dreams? Will I
yeah, you're
disappear?
not supposed to.
Okay.
Billy Mitchell is playing Donkey Kong right now.
Here he
Don't
comes.
interrupt him.
No, don't interrupt him.
No.
Billy, should we be interrupting you now?
Oh, Billy Mitchell.
He is not. He's on 359,300 points, Samuel, and Samuel. He's on 821,000 points.
Wait a minute. No, Dave. There's a bigger story going on here.
What's
That's
going
the
on?
high score you're
What is
reading.
this guy doing?
He is. What's your name? Oh, he's in Chasing Ghosts too. Introduce yourself to the fans.
I'm Joel West.
Joe West,
everybody!
Woo! And I believe you were in the movie with Berserker, correct?
No, I'm not aware that I was.
Oh.
Chasing Ghosts, yes?
I was the Berserker. I got these headphones on. I was in Chasing Ghosts, yes. I was the guy who played Berserk.
Look at that, Samuel.
Look at that.
This is incredible.
It's star-studded. Let's walk through the crowd a little bit.
Keep walking. Billy said he'll come on later, Samuel.
No, he didn't say anything to you.
He is about, well...
He was very upset that you were interrupting him.
Yes, that's actually more accurate.
He was trying to focus on his game here at the Kong Off.
Well,
what it is
the Kong Off. Kong Off.
Richie Knuckles still is.
Jared needs to grab that microphone.
F you.
I love Richie Knuckles.
Hey, I'm telling you, fruitcake. You come near me, I'm gonna sweep the leg.
Oh Jesus.
Oh my God, I don't know what's going on. Maybe we should have had less Rob Cross and more security. Steve Wiebe.
Rob's not even here, by the way. He's playing Tapper. He's playing root beer.
Are we? What, did the sound just change? I can still hear me.
Yeah.
Oh, that must have been Richie Knuckles' mic.
Yeah, it's fine.
What's going on? Sir, you just got to meet Steve Wiebe.
It was amazing.
What's your name?
Andrew,
Andrew, where are you from?
Seattle.
What brings you to the Kong Off?
I came with Steve.
Oh, nice.
So you already knew him from before.
Oh, that's not really.
Is this Team Wiebe? Yeah!
And look, there's Steve Sanders.
Steve Sanders right behind Steve Wiebe. It's Steve Squared in the house, everybody.
And Samuel. I do not see any Roy Schilt in the house.
Well, he's been banned. We
don't talk about him. No, he's out.
He's persona non grata.
He's not so awesome.
That's right, Dave. You know who's going to be banned after this show?
Who's that?
Me and you.
Oh, jeez.
We're kidding. Steve Sanders has our back no matter what.
We're youngsters.
Yeah, we're just joking.
Okay, well, Steve is doing a great job.
What's his score? Is his
What's
higher
his
than
score?
Billy Mitchell right now?
444.
What was Billy Mitchell's, Dave?
365.
Oh, Weeby's on top again.
You know, it is important to remind people, beyond the fact that we love the King Kong movie, we are here broadcasting a sports event.
Technically,
some
yes.
say it's the 17th or 18th best sports event in America today.
It's
the Kong Off.
competitive gaming at its finest. Steve Wiebe just gave it a whole stretch. He's ready to start the next level.
That's what Steve does, Sam. If you've seen the movie, he's stretching all the time.
Well, I mean,
for a good hour and 50 minutes.
He's got to be ready, and Steve Sanders is just sitting there going, I used to be able to play this game.
No,
I used to be somebody, too.
I'm curious to Steve Sanders. And where's Jared? Why doesn't Steve Sanders have a microphone? You know he's our third mic.
Steve Sanders should have a microphone wherever he goes. And that's just in life.
Oh, absolutely. Is Steve... do you have? Because I noticed that all of the Donkey Kong games, they're all designated for specific players. Do you have a machine? Are you basically what I'm saying? Are you competing in this tournament?
No, I'm an also-ran. My machine's right over there. I'm one of the guys that takes turns on that machine.
You're not past the red rope except to observe.
Exactly.
Did somebody check the motherboards on these things? Because I've heard of some
a gummy substance.
Yeah, gummy
I'm
substances.
concerned about Mitchell's board. There could be gummy stuff all over there.
Whoa, cheater!
We're here at the
I'm not going outside.
Come on, let's just walk. We could go outside.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Do we have some big people?
Let's have some big people. We're gonna go outside for a second.
Let's go outside.
We're gonna test these mics.
Okay.
At McDonald's.
We have to. Tom is his name.
That's what I said. What did I say?
Can you go forward and pretend like you're a bouncer? Another big person?
Yeah. We're going to go, and then you go in front of me, and we'll just walk outside.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay, we don't want any
Spicoli's got our back, too. Right, Spicoli?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, Spicoli.
Okay.
We're just walking by.
Samuel, the incredible technology that we are displaying today as we walk.
Oh, excuse me, sir?
What XM station are you guys on?
XM 202, Sirius 197, the virus.
As we walk from the arcade, the primary Donkey Kong arcade, into the barber shop.
Richie Knuckles is
next
doing
door.
interviews. Richie, who are you doing interviews with?
An interview with
He's not allowed to talk.
He's not allowed to talk. Who is it?
Oh,
he's a serious intern.
He asked me to do an interview,
Fantastic.
and he told me he was with True Blood.
But he's a serious intern.
He didn't show me that. He didn't show me.
Okay.
Well, where's he? I don't understand what's. Oh, I know this guy's gonna tell me. He's been filming the whole thing.
Never once disrespected Walter Day.
Now tell me this. Who is that guy with the serious tag? Is he the guy you're telling me about before?
He's the spy.
What show is he from?
All I can say is Baba Fooey.
Oh!
Okay. We're gonna go into the barbershop, and out comes Big Kev. Did you just get yourself a haircut?
No, I was playing some wonderful pinball.
You know,
pinball
and
going on.
hold on, I'd like to say this. As I go into the barbershop and there's one person playing pinball, thanks, Eric, for helping us.
Yeah, E-Rock, you're
for
in
a
a
live
different,
broadcast.
You're in a different room entirely.
Eric, you know we're having some problems with a giant guy who threatened to beat up Sam and I for calling him a
Comic
nothing. We're not even gonna mention it.
Well, you just did.
Oh no. Basically, what I'm saying is we need all the bodies in there that we can possibly get.
Wow, you're getting death threats?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Eric drove an hour and a half down here to play. What kind of Stargate pinball? What's it a surprise that he's on the Stargate machine?
He's actually playing Stargate.
Oh my God! We're ditching Nagel.
All right.
We're ditching the sex bagel. We're bringing our muscle with us.
The technology, Samuel, that exists today
It's
as
amazing.
we go outside.
We're walking down this
And you know
strip
what I
mall.
say, Sam?
What do you say?
We very well should probably get in our cars and just drive off and see how long these mics
go home.
How long these mics can go.
Yeah, and we're in the second. Dave, maybe you should try for the world record of burger time while we're in here. There's a burger time machine. We're in the second
I tell you.
arcade room of Richie Knuckles Arcade.
And this is a beautiful place too. Look at this.
We're very far away from our station. It's amazing.
Richie Knuckles has
Sir, what's your name?
a million
Would you like to be
stores.
on the radio?
Sure, why not?
What's your name?
Andy.
Andy, what brings you to the Kong off?
I actually work with Richie, helping him with the I love that. That was good, wasn't it?
Don't
Restoration
worry
of these
about it.
games.
How come you got stuck in the B room?
Mostly because I helped put it all together.
Well, I tell you,
They'll probably hurt me for this later, right?
It's a beautiful room though. You
a
know,
lot of fun trying to set this all up and try and make as much space while still trying to put as many games in here as possible.
nice.
And it came off really well. I like the way this lays out, and Richie did like the layout too. So if you get a chance, check. We've got a room further in the back. It's back there.
I don't think we can get much further with these mics.
No.
But we'll check it out later.
That's what he said.
Nice to meet you.
Okay.
And whoever designed that Kings of Capitalism poster,
That was me.
you need to know that it's a C in
That was me.
capitalism. Now, Dave, hang out right here.
That was me, Sam.
Hang out right here because
Sam, actually, if we keep going further down the strip mall, we can do our laundry, and then further down we can buy some, things that they sell at CVS.
Dave, while we have a moment to
Yeah.
ourselves, we step outside of the Kong off. Everybody hates us in there. You understand
Oh yeah,
that, right?
yeah.
I mean,
No, well,
everybody. Sheepy.
We
you're-
had such a fun and exciting beginning.
thought everything was
and
going great.
Well, you know what I've just learned?
What's that?
When you call people's friends pedophiles
Yeah.
and rapists, then all of a sudden, for some fucking reason, they get all huffy.
Everybody's super pissed off about the Walter Day comments. Everybody's.
The Walter Day comments. Tell me he doesn't look a little suspicious.
It was just a silly thing to say.
That's all.
Everybody's super pissed off.
Really, and you know what? I have to say this. Who would think that the last people on Earth with
Yeah.
no sense of humor would be guys who dedicate their entire lives to old school arcade games?
And
who would think guys like that wouldn't have a sense of humor? Maybe that's just me.
Is something going on?
What's happening
Wait a
now?
second.
Oh, he
Is there
just ran
humor
down.
on this show?
We see lots
Who
of
said
running.
that?
Is there a what?
Is there humor on this
Oh,
show?
Steve Sanders! Steve Sanders still has a
Steve?
microphone. Where is he? These microphones are amazing. I can't even see you, Steve
I am
Sanders.
so happy that Steve Sanders is still on third mic, laying a smackdown to the Sam and Dave
Let's
show,
jump-
deservedly.
What were you guys just talking about?
He was asking me questions about something that's a Yoshi.
A Yoshi? What's a Yoshi?
He's not
I
allowed
almost
to talk,
got him.
Sam.
I almost got him, Dave.
It's like a fuck, kill, and marry thing, too.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, I wonder. I wonder where he's from.
I'm gonna try and get in here.
If you could get me my money back for paying to go see U.S. Open Source back 10 years
What,
ago.
U.S. open source? Open source?
I went to see a Howard Stern thing like 15 years ago, and I'm still angry that he took my money.
Should have come to an O&A show.
I did! Knuckle Sandwich played an Opie and Anthony Battle of the Bands at the Hard Rock Cafe.
Was it great?
Yeah, it was great.
Sounds great. We got to talk to Steve Sanders.
Samuel, I have a very, very big update. Again, we are broadcasters first and foremost. Steve Wiebe over 510,000 points. 3, you count it, 3 lives left. Ladies and gentlemen!
No, 4.
4 lives?
Yes, he has not died.
Basically what I'm saying is the record has been wrapped up as of right now. Steve Weeby, ladies and gentlemen! Yes! Could you give us a second, Steve?
1 second. There it is.
Okay.
Steve Weeby on special delivery.
Stevie, has it feel to, well, I mean, let's face it, it's absolutely inevitable that you're going to break this record. Everyone can go home right now. No. They're saying don't jinx him. They're saying you guys have ruined enough of the show.
Right, okay, I guess that is what they're saying.
All right, well, thank you, Steve, for that. And I'm going to make my way over. Samuel, let's make our way over to Hank, if we will. Hank Chen.
Oh, yeah, good idea. I'll make my way over.
The Doctor of Kong.
Yeah.
And Hank said that
nobody can believe we're communicating with each other because we can't see each other. They can't understand the line of communication that's going on.
The technology that exists in broadcasting today is beyond reproach.
It's amazing.
Hank, well, I actually just heard that on a Lost episode, so I think Locke said it. Hank, could we give you a minute of your time?
Sure.
Samuel, you want some questions on Mike? I don't know where Jared is to mic up Hank. But
no, he's too fat to get behind the red rope. Don't worry about him.
He likes to disappear, and then actually when he comes up, I see sprinkles and donut frosting on his mouth.
No, don't. I don't want Jared.
Richie Knuckles is right.
I don't want Jared to mic him. He'll fuck up.
No, just put the mic on so we can both talk to him. Okay.
Hank, is it intimidating to face these two great players in person? That's, of course, Steve Weeby and Billy Mitchell. Of course, he's concentrating deeply.
He is concentrating. Sam,
on the task at hand.
You know what he did? I mean, if I give a play-by-play, this little Italian guy has a hammer.
That would be Mario.
And is hitting these barrels. I don't actually think I've ever seen this game before, Sam, but it's exciting as hell.
It's called Donkey Kong.
What?
How do you know where all the barrels are going, Hank?
You got to be able to multitask. You got to be able to.
Now, Steve Sanders, the third mic of the show today, told us this quite dirty little story.
Wait a second.
They said you're a plastic surgeon, Hank Chen.
Right.
Shouldn't you be getting laid? And Hank said, what did you say?
I said I'm playing Donkey Kong to get laid.
Yeah! Now, is that true? Are you playing Donkey Kong?
No, it was meant to be a joke.
I don't take it like that.
I refuse. Now, Hank, what would you say is more difficult? Performing surgery or getting world record Donkey Kong?
Good question, Sam.
Thank you, Dave.
And by the way, Hank, I want to hear your answer, but Steve Weeby, 4 men, over 500,000 points. It's only a matter of time, seconds even, before he wipes you and Billy off the face of the map. But go ahead, answer Sam's question. Doctor or Donkey Kong record holder?
What's tougher?
I think Donkey Kong's tougher.
And you know,
it's a little tougher.
Because Donkey Kong's more unpredictable.
And by the way, Hank, I'm sorry for just hitting your shoulder there, making Mario jump off a cliff.
Yeah, don't.
I didn't mean to.
I mean, that's interference.
Yeah, that was not intentional. Don't think that I'm, up to
Do
nonsense.
you think people holding live broadcasts should be outlawed in the competitive video game community?
Definitely.
Steve Sanders, everybody.
Steve Sanders. Steve, ask a question here. I mean, answer this question. Are we not liked, or what's going on here tonight?
Well, you were talking earlier about just taking your microphones, getting in the car, and driving off.
Yes.
You'd probably get the biggest applause of the whole night.
Shit.
It's amazing how the room has turned, but you know what? Samuel and I still have a smile on our faces.
To me, it's not amazing that the room has turned. Since
no,
we
it's
spent
true.
A lot of time.
And I'm a guy who almost lit someone's wedding on fire. So
yeah, I mean, we're kind of used to it at this point.
Okay,
but
Ben,
I hope that people realize our charm.
Let's go back to Ben Gold here because we can't interfere with Billy Mitchell, the arch villain of King of Kong. But
yes.
According to the movie, I personally love the man. But Ben Gold can talk to us about how Billy's doing if he's concentrating on the game. We don't want to distract him.
He's got
the mic up to his fucking mouth.
He's 488,000 points, and he's on his last man. But
Billy, what happened?
Game over.
Oh, jeez.
But you know what? You know what's great about Billy Mitchell?
Yeah.
There's always the next game. Am I right,
That's
Billy
right.
Mitchell?
Hi.
Yeah, Billy
And
Mitchell.
Billy, open invite. If you want to waltz over to that table, talk to the special delivery crew about what just occurred, we're more than happy. Did you hear about Steve Wiebe? 500,000.
A death occurred.
A death occurred. He just died. He just died.
He's trying to be a little more sensitive to the fact.
I apologize. No. But see, I have confidence that this thing goes 24 hours, apparently.
It does.
Yes, so see, Billy's got all night. Night.
Now, Dave.
And Billy's put up a huge score. He's 821,000 points.
Let's take a look at what's going on the scoreboard here at the Kong Off. Hank Chan is firmly holding first place at the Kong Off here at Richie Knuckles Arcade. It disappeared on me. There it is. With 981,500 points. 10,000 points behind him is some guy named Eric Howard. Then another guy I don't know.
That's Dean Saglio.
Then Billy Mitchell at 821,200. Then some other people we don't care about. Then
Hey, wait a
Steve
second,
Wiebe.
I'm on there.
Steve
Wait
Sanders.
a second, I'm on that board.
Yeah, but Steve, you're not till number 14. It's so low.
Well, you know, what can I say?
The only person lower than Steve Sanders on this Donkey Kong scoreboard is indeed Richie Knuckles.
Richie Knuckles. Now, I actually tried to play Donkey Kong at Fun Spot last summer.
What was your score?
75.
75,000 or
75 points.
Ouch.
I got to level 2 and then I died. So, who am I to judge?
Yeah, you're right.
Sorry.
We're making our way through the crowd again.
Sam, the technology of SiriusXM and these microphones, where we can walk and talk to anyone who we goddamn choose, is incredible. And here's a gentleman right now, Rob Cross, everybody.
Hey, I went to play some fucking. I went to play some Journey, and I came back. You guys were gone.
Now, Eric was saying some very salty things occurred in the car ride, saying gossip was exchanged.
Salty. Yeah,
He said, Eric basically said that you were talking shit about people who work for the company
No, that's not
who
true.
aren't on O&A or Ron and Fez, but that's all he would tell us.
That's what Eric said.
I categorically deny.
Well, I believe Rob Cross on
I do
this,
too.
Because
I do too.
Eric Nagel is a well-known gossip and liar.
I would, you know what I would do is,
I'm just saying I deny it.
Well, I believe Eric Nagel is a liar.
Rob, I would go back, I would listen to this broadcast. Lots of things were over the line. There was a couple characters. But I think the number one indictment has to go to Eric Nagel for this gossip spreading incident that he had.
Yeah, me too.
What I'm most concerned about is, are you guys going to be able to get Wiebe and Billy Mitchell?
That was Jared's job, but we might have to pull the big.
I mean, because they both look engrossed. I mean,
They are engrossed right now, but I do think we'll be able to get it done. I mean, I don't know how long they're supposed to keep
What kind of
playing
scores
for.
are they sitting on right now?
Steve Wiebe has over 500,000 points.
560,000, level 14, and has not died.
Love it.
And he has every guy. Billy Mitchell was on, 480,000? So they're both putting up
I'm
big
sorry,
scores.
Billy who?
You didn't dare talk to Billy Mitchell, did you?
No, we did.
You didn't. You just looked at him, right?
He wasn't happy.
Yeah.
Well, he was concentrating. You have to understand that, Samuel. This is an important event. People don't understand. This is like the Kentucky Derby of video games, or at the very least, the Belmont.
Yeah,
Okay?
I mean, it's very big in terms of a very not big.
Or maybe not Belmont either, but, it's
Okay,
something.
So where are we?
I mean, it's just like, it's at least horses in the woods running around, eating hay. Yeah.
Anybody on them or just wild?
No, just wild.
Just some wild
yeah.
horses.
But still, horses nonetheless.
Now,
keep that in mind.
Rob, is this the worst remote you've ever been on?
Oh, Jesus, no. No, not even close, no.
Let's hear it for Special Wow, did you know? Remember in the beginning of the show when everybody was behind us?
Yeah.
Now we just have our core group of Special Delivery fans.
I know.
Everybody else hates us. I don't know why.
Something about molestation, but anyway.
Is that Spicoli? Come here, Spicoli.
Oh,
could you explain to me why the room hates us now?
I don't see any hate here, dude.
You like everybody loves us?
I think there's a lot of love in this room.
Yeah! Well, spread the word that Special Delivery is a good. Maybe everybody's just concentrating on Steve Wiebe.
What you're failing to understand is now the guys are serious. You have everyone. You have Steve Wiebe, the protagonist of King of Kong.
Yeah.
You have Billy Mitchell, the villain of King of Kong.
Yeah.
And then you have an Asian guy.
Oh, he wasn't in King of Kong.
I know.
His name's Hank Chen.
Right.
Before he gets pissed at us too. Jesus Christ.
It wasn't factually incorrect.
No, it wasn't.
I was simply describing the man.
Who knew nerds were so sensitive?
Anyway.
They didn't like that either, you don't think? Well, Dave, we got a
Sam,
game.
now, let's talk amongst ourselves. I mean, let's be fair here. we're putting on one of Rob Cross, our boss.
Yeah.
Just said best live remote of all time.
Yeah, I mean, this is easily one of the greatest live broadcasts. Richie Knuckles, how do you think me and Dave are doing? It's your place.
I'm having a really good time.
Yeah, but you were just being interviewed by somebody else.
Now take the mic off him, Jared. Now take the mic. Yeah, there you go. Good.
Thank you. He's having a really good time thanks to us. No, but really,
go ahead, Richie. Go ahead, Richie.
What do you think of the job that we're doing here? Broadcasting live from Richie Knuckles Arcade in Flemington. You notice I plugged it before I asked.
Kingsofcapitalism.com.
Nice.
The more you kiss my ass, the better we're going to be.
How come you're outside doing interviews with other people?
I'm a man of opportunity.
Nice.
And you know what? I have to say, I liked you guys a hell of a lot better yesterday.
I did.
That's a lot better.
I think he's pissed that Jared made him give me a free T-shirt.
No. Those freebies are for you to keep.
Thank you.
You're absolutely free.
I never asked him for a free T-shirt.
No,
But
he
that's
didn't.
because you gave me one. I didn't, But thank
you're
you.
written into the deal.
Now let's
Why
just.
would you ask?
Well, yeah, I know. Richie's giving me a piece of the earnings, but
that doesn't make any sense. I'm not getting it. I mean, it's Sam and
Don't
Dave.
worry about it. Don't worry about it. Now, let me ask you a question here.
Sure.
I saw you have 2 slices of pizza today. That's the whole interview.
Okay, well, that's not a question. That's a statement.
Right.
I had some pizza today.
Yep. Right.
No, wait, excuse me, sir. You have a
Yes.
second? What's your name again? Zach. Now,
Zachariah.
You've been running the King of First of all, here's the question. You've been running the King of Capitalism shop all day here at the Kong Off. The poster in the other room says Kings of Capitalism with a K. The poster in this room says Kings of Capitalism with a C.
Yeah.
Break this down for me.
Okay.
I see.
Well, the Kings of Capitalism, the C, this was our prototype poster. If you notice, Walter Day has his hands on his head. So this was the gag one we made. We were kind of just getting this one all set, running.
Yeah. Okay.
That one we did over there, Kings of Capitalism. That's actually tied in with the URL, which has Ks. So
Yes.
it's Kings of Capitalism.
Have you ever
with
kissed
a K
a
for
girl?
capitalism?
We noticed something about you, by the way, before the show.
Yeah.
You are the greatest salesman
He's a go-getter.
in the history of competitive video gaming. I mean, never have I been to a competitive game gift shop.
Sell us something right now.
Period.
Go ahead. Sell us something.
Right now?
Yes. Pretend. How about this? You just got yourself a new Steve Wiebe waffle iron. Sell that son of a bitch.
Well.
Oh boy.
You only got 5 seconds.
I only got 5 seconds?
5, 4.
All right. Well,
3, and
Seaweed waffle
go.
iron. Seaweed waffle iron.
Yeah.
You want a waffle iron that will get you waffles with heart. The CV waffle iron.
That's
Throw your
actually-
fist in the air.
that's
Delicious waffles. You got
great.
this.
He is good, Dave. He is good. Now, when we were in there,
Good
you were
job.
trying to sell me some kind of sign that said the Kong Off. Explain to me why I needed to have that sign. I didn't understand.
Well, the signs, as you call them, they're actually limited edition marquees.
They were signs. Signs as you call them. They were signs.
Signs, as you call them. Yeah.
But no. Let me explain what they. I mean, I guess I'm mistaken.
They basically, just like we have on the machines right now, the marquee slides in over the light board.
Oh.
So it's the actual
So you can put that if you have an old school arcade console in your house,
Which I don't.
you can put that on the arcade console.
You can put it on your arcade machine, or you can put it on the wall.
Oh, I have a wall in my house.
I
You
don't
do have a wall.
I have 4.
No,
You have no walls.
I just have. I live in a teepee. What?
Okay.
What's the big
You
deal?
can get a cardboard box. You can put it on the cardboard
Nope,
box.
I don't have those either.
You can get one.
I don't have them.
$1.30 at Home Depot.
Would you? Yeah, he's selling some cardboard
You
now.
don't even work
He's
for
good.
Home Depot.
He's good though. He's good. Well, thank you for stopping by.
No problem.
You're great at what you do.
Thank you.
And plus, he was getting us sodas and stuff before.
No, the guy rocks.
He's excellent at what he does.
Listen. They're putting together a tight show, unlike us.
That's
The
true.
Richie Knuckles crew has dominated, and we feel good about it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure I want to be a part of any tight shoves.
So, shoves?
I think he meant like you made an
just-
asshole joke.
We just lost another person.
Yeah, I think you complimenting Richie Knuckles.
That was a real compliment.
Let's talk to this, sir. You're a special delivery fan, correct?
He's one of the few.
Now,
Thank you.
What happened? What's happened so far?
Thank you for your support.
I'm not sure, but I feel the love in here.
You
I feel
do.
love
There
for you
is
guys.
love.
I
Love.
definitely feel love for you.
Okay,
guys.
well, we're going to try to get to the bottom of this. We're going to bring the love back in the room.
It's here.
When we return. It's Special Delivery starring Sam and Dave.
Special Delivery with Sam and Dave will be right back on The Virus, Sirius 197 XM 202.
We are back. Almost pissed myself there, Dave. I apologize.
Uh-oh.
We both had some bathroom adventures today in today's episode.
That's because, in the words of Lil Wayne, we are the shit and the piss.
Oh, yeah.
And what happened in the segment we just listened to really showcases exactly what you were saying about Rob Cross before the break. You guys show off how pivoting in the moment you can make brilliant radio in a hostile situation. And you both embrace the role you choose to play perfectly. Dave, you become the heel. You become the guy people don't like, and you play it perfectly. You're asking absurd questions. You're doing things over the top. Sam now plays the role of the nerd who invited the jock to hang out with the other nerds and is embarrassed by the jock. It's like, come on, Dave. You know what I mean? And it's a great role because he wins over the crowd. They're rooting almost for him.
Yeah,
and it's a perfect
bullshit.
dynamic.
It's fucking coward. It's cowardly. It's fucking cowardly. It's weaselly. It's goddamn
not me.
fucking coward weaselly.
You even called him the Westchester Weasel.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, for that type of shit.
You guys start wandering around the hall with Steve Sanders playing third mic, and he's doing, like you said, a great job. He's adding things about the video games. He's kind of giving you things that will endear you to the crowd, but let you play your role. One of my favorite things is you bump into Henry Cho while he's playing and get him killed. Like, you cost Henry Cho a life during the game.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I bumped into Henry, the number one player at the time, and maybe it was an accident, and maybe it wasn't. Let's not forget who Billy Mitchell's wrestling video game manager is. Moi.
You.
I don't want to see Henry Cho taking every goddamn fucking record in the book. That's not what I do, Daddy.
And we see Steve kind of playing his henchman role because he convinces you to go up to Steve Wiebe, who's at 500,000 points without dying, and going, "Oh, guys, it's over. Here's the new record. Might as well go home." And you fucking jinxed him, dude.
And Steve Wiebe is a really nice guy who just kind of does the laughing, like quietly laughing, smiling, laughing, but he doesn't think it's funny type of vibe, which is like, oh God, look at this. Steve Wiebe's definitely going to beat it. He's definitely going to get it. And he'd be like, there's a long way to go.
I'm kill you.
There's a lot of, I need like 600,000-700,000 more points. So he's a very friendly, nice person who has that kind of like laughing, nice thing. And he's like, God, I hate this guy. God, I hate this Dave guy so much. Why are they here? Why are they here? Does anyone know why they're here? Anyway, I'm Steve Wiebe. But why are Dave and Sam here? They're horrible people. Horrible, horrible people.
Before you even
that's Steve.
Pick up Steve Sanders, though, you decide to walk around the strip plaza a little bit, where you bump into someone who's supposed to be giving you a hand, a man we both know named E-Rock, who is playing Stargate Pinball.
Yes, E-Rock was assigned to us for the live gig. And I guess because Rob Cross thought he could, he needed a babysitter. And I don't know where the babysitter was when we were in a forced Aryan Nation meeting minutes before the goddamn event. Nor do I know where the babysitter was when we needed his help until we found said babysitter playing video games during our live event when we needed him. He just decided, you know what? Fuck it. I'm playing I'm going to get on the Frogger machine. Maybe actually play some skee ball, win some tickets, buy a fucking miniature stuffed horse. God damn it, Eric.
You go to him and literally you say
and
pretty much
still has not given me my Guitar Hero guitar, which on this show, we were doing this show and he texted months ago, I have your Guitar Hero guitar that's signed by Slash, Duff McKagan, and who else?
Me.
Oh, and is he? No, not the. It's Steven Adler. 3 of the top 5 original Guns N' Roses, members. Axl and Izzy are not on it, but Slash, Duff McKagan, Steven Adler. They all signed my Guitar Hero guitar. And yet that was somehow fucking stolen or misplaced at Compound Media. Eric Nagel, Robert, seriously, 3 months ago, wasn't it like December?
Something like that, yeah.
In fucking December.
Well,
he texts, I have your Guitar Hero guitar. Give me an address. I'll mail it to you. I got back to him. See, it's now fucking March 20th. I'm pretty sure the U.S. mail system isn't that slow. We're not in COVID anymore. So it's like, seriously, does he do anything well? Have you noticed that Eric Nagel is tweeting a lot about O&A and Anthony on 770?
I have noticed that. Yeah.
He's angling for that job. Anthony. Eric Nagel's 0 for 3. He's destroyed Opie and Anthony projects 3 separate times. Are you aware of this? First, the Opie and Anthony show, Eric Nagel was made senior producer. Couldn't keep the guys from not getting along. Couldn't prevent the show from dividing. Couldn't prevent the show from separating into cliques. You know why? Because he's weak. Because he's not a leader of men. So even though that's his job as a senior producer, you got to make sure first and foremost that the show is happy. People are getting along. So he failed at that, and guess what happened? O&A split up. Somehow, he then goes from there to running Opie's show. Does such a terrible job, can't prevent Opie from taking fucking video of people shitting in a corporation. He's so weak, he can't fucking prevent that. Opie show gets fired. He then goes to Compound Media, takes over for Keith the Cop. And within a year and a half, 2 years of Eric taking over, that place goes under. Everything, he's the opposite King Midas. Everything he touches turns to shit. I swear to God, Anthony, if somehow you get a full-time show and you put Eric Nagel in charge, it's all on you, bro. When the show goes down the toilet, it's all on you. For reals. I've never seen someone who's more incapable to run a comedy show than Eric Nagel. He doesn't know how to do it. He knows and likes and is into top 40 radio. Casey Kasem, Ryan Seacrest. This is the type of radio he likes. He likes Z100, Morning Zoo shit, Elvis and Duran, that kind of shit.
Paul Hart.
He likes all of that fluffy, plasticky, superficial bullshit radio. That's what he enjoys. I'm not even fucking judging him for that. But why the guy continues to get put in positions of power at these fucking comedy shows, which are more akin to, audio Saturday Night Live, is insane. He's not funny. He doesn't understand comedy or creativity. And he's just simply inept at doing anything, including him texting me in December, I have your Guitar Hero guitar. What's the address? Okay, here it is. And I don't have it 4 months later.
Well, I'm sure that'll set him straight.
This whole shit is so Anthony, if you do that, I swear to God, I'm going to have to check you for early onset dementia. If he fucking does something like that, because it's like he's already dooming his show. He is.
I couldn't agree with you more.
By the way, I texted Anthony. You know what I said? I'm being dead serious.
What'd you say?
If they turn your show into a full-time show, get new people. Don't get Eric Nagel. Then I said, I guarantee you every fucking leech and weasel in radio is trying to contact you right now. But if you want someone who's a genius, you can get me if you want.
It will not be expensive.
If you want. I'll participate. So and I told him, don't go with Eric. So oh my Lord. Can you imagine?
Can I tell you what I texted Anthony and what he texted back?
Yes, please.
So I said, congratulations, the King's back, rooting for you, buddy. And what I got back was error message 100001. The number you are trying to reach is no longer in service.
Anthony got back to me both times. I sent 2 texts a week apart. And both times he got back to me within 5 minutes. How about that for being responsive? That's the type of responsiveness that I'm looking for. I sent a text to Chris Stanley. He's got to fucking get it via smoke signal, I guess, and then send it back to me. The whole thing, by the 4th full moon, Dave, I'll respond to your text message. Look for my reply 8 months from now.
Well, centaurs run on their own mail system, so
yeah, it's ridiculous.
But E-Rock's playing pinball. And you go, hey, E-Rock, did you know that, there was a big guy going to fight us? We could use all the bodies we need. And he goes, somebody wants to kill you. What a surprise, Dave. And it feels like that might be a fitting response to the rant you just went on.
He's such a piece. He looking back on it, he's never gotten me. He's just never understood that I'm literally a billion times more talented and a billion times more creative than he'll ever be. He's just not a creative person. And I do believe that he has some sort of weird resentment towards me because I blew past him like a fucking comet. And he's still, the fucking guy.
Comet McDonald?
He's just uploading fucking O&A files, into Delete all day. And he probably had a miserable fucking existence. And then he's like, who's that redhead guy? And why does everyone either love him or hate him? But why are they all talking about him? I fucking hate him. Oh, what a surprise. Someone wants to kill you?
He's of no help. That point.
The goddamn spine of a jellyfish. Eric Nagel.
At that point, you see Big Kev walking out of the previously stated racist barbershop. Not sure what was going on there, but I'm guessing he was enjoying the moonshine.
Some of the barbershop stayed open, and anyone who wanted some of that moonshine was more than welcome. The problem is you might get a dissertation on why, certain races should live apart while you're in the barbershop drinking the moonshine. You're going to have to, listen to some speeches.
It is funny how every group has their own version of MK Ultra. Like you had the LSD from the government, that group moonshine, ayahuasca from the Native Americans, all that good stuff. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about Rob Cross, who's playing Frogger. I'm not involved with the show at all either. And then you guys meet Steve in the hallway, and he is talking to what he refers to as a serious spy. Do you remember what's going on here at all?
Wait, Steve Wiebe?
Sanders.
Oh, Steve Sanders. Yeah, that's right. Because we got Steve Wiebe involved as well. Steve Sanders, yes. There are always video game spies. They could be the person themselves, or they could be other people. And they might be people who are trying to see how certain individuals play the game. They may even have a recording device like a cell phone or a camera. So that you go to one of these functions and events, you kind of, you're there watching Steve Wiebe, but then you're taking the footage and trying to replicate everything he does. So there are some of those kind of weirdos in the video game community. We learned a whole lot about like how bizarre this culture is from these guys, by the way.
Interesting. Steve seemed to imply he worked for the Howard Stern show. Was that just a work to not out or give the idea to more people on air? Because if you go, hey, there's this real problem in the gaming community.
Sanders
said that the guy who was interviewing him, he implied worked for Howard Stern.
Oh, now you're talking about the Howard Stern thing because there are video game spies. Yeah, there was a Howard Stern guy. I think it was either Richard Christie or Sal.
Oh, really? Okay. Because he wouldn't address it on your show. He wouldn't say the name. I was just curious.
Yeah, I could care less. Those guys were familiar with what I did. Used to run into those guys all the time, like David Letterman protests and shit like that. These big, huge events happen.
Yeah.
You know, they send the goofy, fucking crazy ass radio people to wherever the goddamn event is. And I think that there was some, there was like a Howard Stern person there, here and there. But they were there to get like, goofy, video game player comments. They weren't there to like fuck with me and Sam. I could care less about being there.
It seems like a lot of the behind the scenes guys get along surprisingly well,
I didn't. I do like the fact that Steve Sanders though was team Davey Mack, team Sam and Dave. And like, there's a couple of Howard Stern people here. Fuck those guys. I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah, Steve, it's funny. He thought he was fucking fighting like it was the radio wars of the early aughts.
Fuck those guys.
He was like, I wasn't trying to get my money back from you guys. Can you guys get me my money back from the torn open source or whatever? And you were Sam goes, did you ever go to an O&A thing? And he goes, yeah, I was in Battle of the Bands. It was fucking great. O&A for he rides right in. You guys kind of play it off. One last comment on this break before we go and play the next break. Blind guy plays a song. What the fuck was this about? Blind guy played like at the Kong off, and I guess there was some guitar guy.
Listener who was a fan of the show.
Oh, he was a fan of your show as well, because Richie Knuckles is the one who kind of introduces him.
Yeah, I think though while he's a Richie Knuckles guy, I seem to recall him also being a special delivery fan. Like I think because he was blind, he listened to Sirius XM all day.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
I know a couple people like that. And on that note,
like who?
I just said that to be sympathetic. I don't actually know anybody.
All right.
On that note, we're going to head to break, and we'll be right back. And by break, I mean the next radio break of Sam and Dave's Special Kong Off.
Special Delivery with Sam and Dave is back on the Virus, Sirius 197 XM 202.
Oh, yes, sir. It's Special Delivery starring Sam and Dave live at the Kong Off at Richie Knuckles Arcade in Flemington, New Jersey. We're celebrating the greatest Donkey Kong players in the world, and we have in front of us...
The love is back.
One of the greatest Donkey Kong players in the world, and the star of King of Kong. We've never had him on the show before, but he's the star. He's the good guy. He is, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Steve Weeby. Welcome to Special Delivery, Steve.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Thank you so much.
Now, what was going on?
Appreciate it.
What was going on today with the Donkey Kong and the Kong Off here?
I was trying to play good and I didn't. But,
you're not happy with your performance.
Well, I had some good starts. Like that last game, I got 600,000 my first guy. Then all of a sudden,
saw that. I saw you had
brutality.
Do you think I saw you had every guy left with over 510,000 points. I instantly proclaimed you the new record holder.
That jinxed it.
I know.
You think that's what it was?
And I'd like to apologize on behalf of me and Steven Sanders.
Who put him up to?
Who put me up to that.
Yeah,
Now, what's
Wavy, I want you to know something. These guys have completely thrown you under the bus again.
Absolutely not.
And again.
That is so untrue.
And again and again.
Now, here's what I have to ask.
He's lying.
We've all seen The King of Kong, and they portrayed it in such a way where the evil Billy Mitchell it has his goons after you to make sure you don't get this high score. One of those goons is indeed Mr. Steve Sanders. That's the way the movie portrays it. That's the way the movie portrays it. Now, Steve Weeby, if you could explain to me What is this friendship that is now going on between you and Steve Sanders?
Strange, isn't it? And don't bother with Sam's voice breaking.
He's a great guy, man. What can I say? Look at this guy. He's awesome.
He's nice.
Well,
He's
when
a nice
did were you friends while the movie was being made?
Well, at the Guinness tournament, that's when we first met, wasn't it?
I think so.
In Florida, yeah. And
Yes.
he instantly was very pleasant to me, and we talked about Donkey Kong. And
What happened to your friendship with Mr. Awesome Roy Schiltz? I know he was a very controversial figure in the King of Kong film.
well, he stopped calling eventually.
Did he?
And I think
did
he's
he get
calling
mad
someone
that
else.
you said, "Hey, Roy, let me take care of this on my own. Stop, coming near me, you weirdo." And I'm putting the words in, your mouth, of course.
Yeah, I think he thought he deserved some credit for helping me along
And
the way.
he had nothing to do with it. He gave
had
you a
nothing
board.
to do.
He gave you a little bit of a board.
Listen, when you're playing Donkey Kong, there's one guy playing.
Yeah.
What does that have to do with Roy Schiltz?
And you know who that guy is?
Who?
The hero. Steve Weeby!
Steve Weeby, everybody.
Weeby!
Now,
Weeby! And of course, we are starting that chant simply because you're in front of us.
Sure, yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
As soon as I leave, you're going to be like,
Yeah, we are snakes like that.
Now, how passionately do you hate Billy Mitchell at this point? Is it very passionately, or is it just fairly passionately?
I love Billy Mitchell.
You like that?
No, listen, Steve, I did notice they set you up when you walk into the arcade. You're the first one in.
Yeah.
You're at the
Yeah.
front of the store. Then you have to walk literally 3 football fields down to the end, and there's Billy Mitchell. Was that done in purpose? Did someone request it, Billy Mitchell?
I don't know. I wasn't here when they set up the machines.
Oh, okay.
So I wasn't part of
Now,
it.
tell me about the King of Kong.
Go ahead. Well, it's a great movie.
No, I'm not
It's
asking
great.
you to tell
Yeah.
me. I've
Oh,
seen it.
right.
I'm actually talking to Mr. Weeby.
Okay.
You gotta,
Okay.
But how do you feel about the way you were portrayed in the movie? Because it was a little like, oh, poor Steve Weeby. He's being bullied by the big bad Billy Mitchell. Is that what went on?
The big bad wolf.
That's not what it was. You're thinking of the Three Little Pigs. This is a whole different
Right.
thing.
Same movie. Go
Well,
ahead.
I'm not Charlie Brown, is what they kind of made it look like.
Yeah.
But
because your head is way thinner.
yeah, and I have a
than
little more
Charlie
hair.
Brown's.
Yeah. And I don't have the shirt. I need one of those shirts.
Nothing like
That was
I don't look
ridiculous.
like Charlie Brown, but no. What was the question again?
How do you feel like they portrayed you? Was it realistic?
Well, I don't. They definitely hyped up the good and evil in this, to make it a Hollywood or entertainment piece.
What about your drum playing ability? I found you to be quite good because I am a. Is this going to offend you? But I am a shitty drummer. You got on a child's drum set, and all of a sudden there were lasers shooting from the drumsticks. If you remember that part,
There were sparks.
that was
yeah.
incredible. So, and is that your first instrument? Or you're because you do a gospel record, correct?
Yeah, I'm a drummer first, and I play piano. by-
How about that,
by ear.
ladies and gentlemen? You're like Trent Reznor. You're like the good Trent Reznor.
Trent Reznor is the evil one. He's very bad.
He's very much like Billy Mitchell.
Listen to some of the language in his songs. Are you still teaching?
Yes.
Did the
So-
kids now all know you that it's become like a famous movie?
Yeah, we always see it every year. I play it right before Christmas break.
Oh, that's
I'll
awesome.
play it.
And did
last
they
year.
all like just hate Billy Mitchell after that?
No, they don't. I tell them Billy's a good guy. Don't be so bad.
You're always
he's a Christian.
Mr. Positive, Mr. Good Guy. Don't think bad thoughts. Because our boss is here today, Rob Cross.
Right.
And he saw King of Kong for the first time today, and he sent me a text that said the F word, and then after the F word it said Billy Mitchell.
Fuck Billy
That's
Mitchell.
what he said too, didn't he?
Hey, wait a second.
What happened? What happened between Steve Sanders and Billy Mitchell?
He's talking about chasing ghosts.
Yeah.
Is what he's talking about. If you saw the movie,
Wait.
I dropped the F-bomb on Mitchell.
Fuck.
I did.
And was that out of a place of frustration, or you don't like the guy?
Actually, it's an old story that they didn't tell. They just edited it down to the F. Billy Mitchell part.
I'll tell you one thing that happened too.
What's that?
Billy Mitchell with Steve Sanders, he shellacked him.
He
shellacked him.
He shellacked him.
Thank you, King of Kong fans. What that mild chuckle?
What do the King of Kong fans mention to you more than anything else in terms of that movie? Like, what's the moment that they remember the most?
I think, well, some people like the little snippet of the drumming and the pitching and all that montage.
That was from Rush, right? You were doing a Rush set.
Yeah, Neil Peart's my favorite drummer, and
exactly.
I also liked it when Steve avoided the Libyans. That
was Back to the Future.
Exactly.
Yes.
Go ahead, Steve.
How did you feel about their inclusion of your child asking you to, wipe their butt?
Well, it was definitely a funny part that needed to be in there. I just feel bad for my son who has to live that.
I know he's probably like 24 at this point.
How old is your son?
No, he's 10.
Is he?
Well, I was
wiping?
off.
Is he wiping on his own?
Yeah, we fixed that problem.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Steve Wiebe, everybody. Wiebe. Here we go, Wiebe. Here we go. Here we go, Wiebe. Here we go. Hey, Steve Wiebe. Okay, enough with the chanting. We've got the chanting. Hey, Steve Wiebe. Stop chanting. Just stop chanting.
I know, but you were impressed that I got 4 chants out of your
that was
name.
pretty good.
Thank you. And if you ever need an assistant coach for the baseball team, Davey Mack, baby, sign me up.
All right, definitely.
No
Thanks,
problem.
guys.
What do you think about the hero worship that comes to Steve Wiebe now? Like, you are the quintessential good guy that just couldn't get a break. Is that you? Is that Steve Wiebe? Are they not giving you a break?
I never get a break, guys.
Oh.
Okay. No, I'm just an ordinary guy, but I love the people that come out to these events and who contact me.
Even a guy like Fred.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate all the support.
Okay.
Yeah. And how come there aren't more King of Kong reunion-like conventions?
There should be a.
People freak out over this movie.
I know we should have something every year.
It's really one of the best ever.
Yeah. Do you get a cut from this? Do you get a nice royalties deal?
No, but
you didn't get a cut. What's up with that?
Well,
Steve, this guy's somebody's a lawyer. Somebody's a lawyer.
Steve Sanders, he's in. If you had a guy working for you, because are you upset? Richie Knuckles, he now does work with Billy Mitchell.
That's no problem.
Does that make you a little envious?
No.
Do you have someone that you work with that you know?
There's a guy named Andrew Laidlaw that's the Galaga champion.
Andy,
yeah. You might have met him. He designed the Kong off shirts.
Oh, yeah.
Senior,
good guy.
So he's a great guy.
So you getting a cut?
Of the shirts?
Yeah.
No.
I am. Richie and I are taking that money.
I'm not getting any cut of that. And
Yeah,
he said he is.
Yes.
I don't think there's much money being made, but by anybody.
No. And how often do you hit the East Coast?
I've been to New Hampshire, that fun spot.
Right.
New York a couple times.
I was at the fun spot myself.
You were there.
Last summer, I told Sam this. Played Donkey Kong.
Yeah. Played on that legendary machine.
Steve?
Yeah.
Second level, baby.
Nice.
Level number 2.
How many?
Thank you, Fred.
Wait.
Number 2.
Before we clap, what's the highest level you've gotten to?
It's 22.
22.
22 levels? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, because that's got to make you feel like
unbelievable.
Like a. Well,
I do. I feel terrible now.
I would assume so. Are you going to stick around for a little while, or are you taking off?
Yeah. No, I'm here.
Okay,
I'm gonna
because
stick around for sure.
Listen, if we can get Billy Mitchell over here, can we get you to talk face to face?
Sure.
That could be legendary if we could do that.
Yep, sure.
Well, thank you, Steve Wiebe.
Thank you.
Steve Wiebe, everybody.
We'll hear from you in a little while.
All right. Thank you, Steve.
Sanders, do you think we could pull this off with Billy Mitchell?
I think we can. I think it'll work.
I think we have to give it to Steve Sanders rather than Fruitcake because I think I think Billy Mitchell will only listen to Steve Sanders at this point. And there's so many Steves in the King of Kong world when you think about it. There's Steve Sanders,
Steve Wiebe.
There's Steve Wiebe. There's Steve Gutenberg who said
Is he in the movie?
Yes.
I didn't see the end.
Yep, he's in. Yep.
Wow. Is that just the last
it's incredible.
scene
Yeah.
Does he play or?
No.
He was the
But
narrator,
he's wearing a police uniform the whole time.
Are you thinking of Police
It's
Academy?
amazing.
Or?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, can you work on Billy Mitchell then for? Is he still playing?
I have not checked. I'll go over and check on him.
I believe he's playing. And let me tell you
looks like
something.
he's playing, yeah.
That Ben Gold is talking his ear off.
Yeah.
Rittengold's a great guy.
Will you just tell Billy?
We'll see.
He's not going to beat Hank. So could he just come over to the
he's
table?
got no chance.
Oh, yeah.
He's not
He's not going to beat
Yeah,
Hank.
I'll tell him.
Just bring him to the table. Don't tell him we said that. Don't tell him the Hank thing.
No. But,
just bring him to. But he's Steve. He's not going to beat Hank. You know that.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, I'm glad I heard that from you.
Yeah.
Does Steve want to do a sketch with Sam and Dave?
Right now?
Are you comfortable with doing sketches?
If I can preview the.
Well, you're probably not going to like any of the last lines, but you can you can change all the
I think
Hold on,
probably.
you can change all the last lines to jerk rather than what's written.
That'll work. Yeah.
Okay, this is incredible.
Oh,
We're going to
boy.
be doing a special delivery theater with Eric was supposed to play the part of Steve Wiebe.
But Steve Wiebe is going to play the.
Steve Weeby's going to play the part. So let's hit the just change all the last lines to jerk. That's the only part.
It's now time for Special Delivery Theater.
On tonight's episode, Buddy Wiebe, Steve's non-talented, silly little brother.
Is it on already?
Yes, it's on.
Hey!
It's live. It's live.
Sorry. All right, wait a second. We can play the opener.
Take two.
Take two. Let's play that opener again there, Mark Zito.
It's now time for Special Delivery Theater.
On tonight's episode, Buddy Wiebe, Steve's non-talented, silly little brother.
Hey, Steve, what you doing?
I'm about to break the Donkey Kong record, buddy. Don't bother. Hey, buddy, what'd you just do?
I unplugged the machine, Steve. We need to save electricity.
Buddy, you jerk.
Buddy Wiebe, Steve's non-talented, silly little brother. It would be best for everyone if he just disappeared.
Hey, Steve, knock, knock.
Who's there, buddy?
I just
who?
I just broke your Donkey Kong machine, ding dong.
Buddy, you jerk.
Buddy Wiebe, Steve's non-talented, silly little brother. Really? He doesn't help things. He only annoys.
Hey, Steve!
Yes, buddy?
You know what's on the 69th level of Donkey Kong?
No.
Sucking and fucking.
Buddy, you big jerk!
Buddy Wiebe, Steve's non-talented, silly little brother. He's quite silly. Some would say too silly.
Okay, buddy, I have to go compete at the Kong Off tomorrow, so...
Great, because I have to compete at the Dong Off tomorrow. I get to compare my penis to Roy Schultz.
Buddy, you jerk!
Steve Wiebe, Oscar-nominated, Emmy, Academy Award-winning Steve Wiebe!
And what a great sport Steve Wiebe is.
Actually playing the part of Steve Wiebe with Steve Wiebe. Okay, I can die happy.
It was incredible. Thank you so much for doing that, Steve Wiebe.
And people should know that, yes, he changed the words to jerk for good reason. Steve's a Christian.
Yeah, I have to do that.
I mean, I think you did the right thing. I preferred it Steve Wiebe's way anyway, to tell you the truth. I mean, sometimes vulgarity for vulgarity's sake
It's just not important. You tell that to Conrad Bain, Samuel.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Well, we appreciate you stopping by,
Thanks,
hang
Steve.
out, and hopefully we can get you and Billy Mitchell, same place, same time, before special delivery ends tonight.
All right, sounds good, gentlemen.
Thanks, Steve.
All right.
Now,
Samuel?
Dave, we should probably go
How
check
are
out
you?
what's going on outside this
Okay.
competition.
All right. That's going to be fun. You know, Samuel, the technology of SiriusXM and the things we're able to do, talking on the run, playing with ourselves.
Well, I don't think we can do that, but Dave, we should remind people.
Urinating on the console.
We're at the Kong Off, which is a celebration of the King of Kong. It's a Donkey Kong tournament.
That's right,
involving all the stars of the King of Kong.
And every time we walk out, Big Kev comes out of the barber shop. So
of course he does.
He just wants to look very, very, all trimmed up.
Okay, now Dave.
Okay.
How do you feel like we're doing in there? I think the Weedy thing helped.
I think it's fantastic. Oh, no, listen. We're back. We are back.
Yeah.
We are back. We are now officially, we're bigger than life.
By the way, we're outside. The only I think Steve Sanders can still hear us, but Steve Sanders is our boy anyway.
Steve Wiebe, the prophet of love, brought actual good vibes back to the special delivery show.
I think you're right.
And now we're back. Now we just have to roll with the flow, Samuel.
Yeah, I mean, we still have more show to do, and something tells me...
And, since we're in the parking lot,
yeah,
we could give each other handies.
I'm not going to do that.
Okay. And
I won't.
Why exactly?
Because I heterosexual. That's the main
Okay.
reason.
Okay.
It's a heterosexual deal.
What if you and Jared give each other handies?
Same reason.
Oh,
exact same reason.
Okay.
But here in the parking lot of the Kong Off, where we can have a moment of privacy,
right?
Do you think we're going to be able? I hope we can still pull off this Billy Mitchell, Steve Wiebe meeting.
I think we are. I think what's going to have to happen is Steve Sanders, who is, well, at one point was a friend of Billy Mitchell. I think Steve will corral Billy for us. I think that's the key.
What do you think if we just grab Steve Wiebe, and the three of us just walk over to Billy Mitchell's machine?
Right, and we pull Billy's hair.
Well, I don't know
And
if we
then
want to pull his.
pull him off the stool and kick him like it was that scene from Goodfellas with Billy Batts.
We haven't been taking phone calls tonight only because it's a little too chaotic for that. But
Yeah.
apparently, Mark Zito back in New York has been telling me that everybody's calling up requesting that you start tipping over machines.
Tipping over Donkey Kong machines. Well, here's the thing. We already have large men who want to hurt us.
Yeah.
That would probably seal the deal.
Yeah, I don't know. Richie Knuckles is walking around out here. He's the guy running this place.
Richie!
Should we ask him how we're doing? Like,
No, he's only going to shit on us. But let's just talk to him anyway. Richie, how are you? Yeah, give him the thing. And how, we'll just put it up to his mouth as one minute. But anyway, how are you tonight? And how are things going for you?
It was a very successful night.
Well, no, we're still,
over,
we're still broadcasting.
It's not over yet.
There's microphones and headphones on it.
Headphones on your ear kind of give that away.
You're not talking into the mic.
Okay.
How are things going for you?
Good, very good.
This is going on all day, all through the night, into tomorrow.
No, it is officially over.
Midnight.
For the competition. Everybody can practice.
Okay.
You guys are on air all the way till midnight.
Right.
Correct.
So we are staying open till midnight.
Okay.
So you guys can continue your broadcast.
Is Billy
And-
Mitchell going to stop playing so we could talk to him? Or is he strategically playing so he doesn't
He's
have to-
practicing. Billy Mitchell, it really is like me. He's a family man. Doesn't have a lot of time to play video games.
Right.
Richie, who do you think is going to put up the big score tomorrow?
Hank Chen.
Not
Wow.
even thinking, because you heard Steve Wiebe got to 600,000 without dying. That's impressive.
I think, okay, I handpicked every one of these guys.
Yes, you did.
I know their skills.
You love the Hank Chen for some reason.
Hank Chen is our hometown boy. I say this all the time.
He's from Flemington?
No, he's from New York area, okay? Basically.
I thought from Flemington.
We got, well,
So he's not really the hometown boy.
No, he's from a
We
different
have-
town.
He's from a different state.
we have Ben Falls. Okay, hold on. I'm from New Jersey.
Okay.
Yankees fan.
No, you're right.
If I was born,
We need that
If,
mic
if
on.
I was born 30 years ago,
Yeah.
or 40 years ago, I would have loved Joe DiMaggio and I would have loved Babe Ruth.
I got you.
I am a big fan of Hank Chen and Ben Falls.
Okay.
Because he plays for the Yankees.
Okay.
Hometown.
Okay. Well, Richie, we're having a ball.
Yeah.
I'm so happy
This is-
that
Actually,
you
Hank
are
Chen
having
is the
fun.
new
I'm so happy.
shortstop.
Wait a second. Hold on. Steve Sanders, the
Hank
third
Chen
mic.
just had to. I mean,
Yeah, Hank
Steve
Chen
Sa-
is actually the new shortstop for
I'm
the
not
Yankees.
Steve
I don't know if you knew that or not.
Congratulations to Hank Chen, the new shortstop for the New York Yankees.
Exactly.
How about
Yes.
that, Steve
Yes.
Sanders?
Steve Sanders is back in there. He's talking to us in our
I'm sorry, I don't
headphones.
have
Yeah.
headphones on.
We decided to
Forgive
give
that.
Steve Sanders free reign. He's got a mic all night.
That's great.
And he
Steve
really
Sanders
is.
a good guy.
I'm going to ask that Steve Sanders. Where does Steve? Where do you live?
Kansas
have
City.
those?
Kansas
All right.
City, Missouri.
Well, Steve, here's what I'm going to ask: that you and your family, of course, relocate to New York City or the surrounding area.
I love that family.
And you and your family become the permanent third mic for special delivery. What do you say,
That's
Steve
right.
Sanders?
Can we put up like a tent in your studio?
Yes, we can put a tent up in the studio.
Then I am so there.
Fantastic.
I am there.
Okay.
Of course, this is not a paying opportunity.
That'll be all right.
That's
No,
fantastic.
Actually, it is. He has to pay us.
He has to give us some money.
And his
okay.
family has to do chores. They
Yeah.
have to mow my lawn.
We can live with that. We
But
can
it
do
seems
that.
like they're up for it.
Yeah, one of the Sanders boys is out here. Would you be willing to do that?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're
Good.
still out in the parking lot, by the way, of the Richie Knuckles
I know. I'm
arcade
freezing. I
complex.
have to go back in.
All right, should
I'm
we go
freezing.
back in?
Yeah.
Richie, you
All right,
ready to
I'll
head
give you back
back
your
in?
stuff.
Yeah, we'll give us back our stuff.
Thanks, Richie.
Yeah, Jared was
You're
just,
very welcome.
you noticed Fruitcake over here was just going to walk away while you still had all the stuff.
I saw that.
He's real good, huh?
He's good.
Thank God for you, Richie Knuckles. We're headed back into the
Samuel,
Richie Knuckles arcade
Sam,
complex.
The technology, Sam.
Yeah, I mean,
that
it's-
exists.
Is that what you say every time you
That-
walk with a mic? The technology that exists. We understand.
Yeah.
That we can talk without wires.
I know, but I like to point it out.
Okay, I would like to find out whose idea the disco ball was at Richie Knuckles arcade.
That was mine, Sam.
There is a disco ball hanging.
I brought that from home.
DJ New Style, have you ever seen a disco ball in an arcade before?
I've never seen one before. It's a classy touch. I really like it.
You like it?
I do. I want more than one, at least.
Well, this complex could use at least 3 to 4 disco balls. Billy Mitchell still playing over there.
Well, listen. That's the way things are going. That's the way things are going to have to be. But that doesn't mean it's not going to happen. You heard Steve Sanders. Oh, wait a second. No, yeah, Billy is still playing.
Billy's still playing.
Go ahead, Steve.
He's got a game going. He's got a good game going.
Is he going?
What's
600,000 without dying?
Well, right now he's on a pace to do over $1 million. That's the important thing. It's the pacing.
It's still a practice round, isn't it? Isn't this non-competitive play? That's what Richie Knuckles said.
Well, I'm not sure what you mean by that. I mean, they're now Billy can't win the money because he's one of the actual contest owners, but he can certainly establish a mark and say, "Hey, I'm the guy."
How much money does the winner of the Kong-Off get?
$1,000.
Well, how is Richie Knuckles making any money?
Exactly.
There is no money to be made in this
there's
venture.
No money in this. That's
This
right.
is the worst idea that ever could have happened.
That's right.
What's going on over there?
Oh, okay.
What do we got?
Someone left. Someone left.
Who left?
One of the non-big three.
One of the who cares? What difference does it make? As long as Billy Mitchell, Steve Wiebe,
Well,
and Hank,
he was very excited to
and
tell me
Hank
that.
Tanner's still here.
Someone said, Dave, some guy just left, and the guy's name is like Jack Wilson.
What difference does it make?
He's not in the movie.
I mean,
We only care about the movie.
I care more about Steve Sanders. He's not even competing.
Exactly.
That's a compliment.
I'll tell you one thing, though. He might not be competing, but he goddamn sure is handsome. How about that?
How about that, huh? Huh?
What's it like to be so handsome, Steve
I just
Sanders?
like to talk and then watch your reactions, because you have like a fun little. You do a lot of little things. You wipe the brow, or you grin. You seem like a nice
Better the
gentleman.
brow than the weeby butt. What can I say?
Now, Mr. Sanders.
Yes.
I saw somebody. Did you just say yes, Dave?
Yes.
I was talking to Steve Sanders.
Right.
Yeah, Dave, shut up. Okay.
I saw somebody walking around. He got Hank Chen to sign to autograph a bottle of Poland Spring water. At which point he explained, "I'm asking all of my favorite video game players to autograph their favorite beverages."
I love that idea, Samuel.
Have you ever been asked to sign anything strange?
Not water. I never have signed water before. I'll tell you that.
Is there anything weird that you've signed or no?
I think about the weirdest thing I made.
Titties.
Dave, please.
Come on, Dave.
Dave.
It's totally uncalled for.
Dave.
Breasts.
Dave.
Go ahead, Steve.
Dave. The weirdest thing maybe would be someone's arm. I had to sign someone's arm once.
I'll tell you one thing right now. Here's what we're going to do. Because I put together some money.
Yeah.
Jared, give that to Steve Sanders. Put your arm out, and you're getting a tattoo tomorrow.
Yeah, we're going to get this tattooed on.
Jared's getting tattooed. The name Steve Sanders tattooed. Yeah, use the Sharpie.
Use the Sharpie.
And you will be tattooed tomorrow.
And he's getting that tatted on, baby.
Are you
right
sure you
here.
want that on the forearm? Do you want to ever get a job again?
Get it right on the forearm. Get it right on the forearm.
You want it on
That's
the forearm.
That's the best part.
That's where the tattoo's coming.
Yeah.
Right.
And next week, we're going to see this tattoo.
And Jared, sing a little song while he's tattooing you.
Steve Sanders is tattooing me.
Okay. He went very literal.
Yeah, very.
You could have chosen like a Rolling Stone song.
No. You wanted an original.
Speaking of original, I am the original King of Kong.
Yeah, but that's like being the first champion. It only means you lost it and then a bunch of other people won it who aren't you.
Yeah, but that's not even that. He also lied about his score. We've seen the film.
Oh, yeah. That came later.
No, you never scored 5 million points.
I scored 550,000 points. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's so you have to times that by 10 to get the score you called in. Don't think I didn't see the movie.
Yeah, you lied about your score and then you wrote a book full of lies.
No. The book came first, and then came the lies.
Can you write a
The
book
book
on,
wasn't enough, huh?
Can you write a book on Mario Galaxy number 2?
No.
I'm stuck.
No.
Yeah, what's
I'm stuck.
What's your top score on Mario Galaxy 2?
None.
None. None right now. You cater more to the originals. To
The
classics.
original.
He's actually
I am the
he actually
original.
caters food. Is what he caters.
You're a
to.
caterer. I thought you were a lawyer.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's catering, actually.
People don't realize.
Is there anything about the Kong-Off here at Richie Knuckles Arcade, Steve Wiebe, that has surprised you tonight? It's been a very competitive evening.
You just called him Weeby.
What did I? There's too many Steves in the movie. You understand this?
I know.
understand this, yeah.
There's Steve Sanders.
Steve Sanders.
There's Steve Wiebe. There's Steven
there's
Tyler.
Steve Gutenberg.
Steve Gutenberg is there.
Yes.
Is there anything that's come as a shock here tonight?
The only thing shocking to me is that we haven't seen a score that is over 1 million yet. I
am surprised about that too. Do you think? Okay, I asked Richie Knuckles who he's going with. He said Hank Chen. Who are you going with?
The Doctor of Kong all the way.
You are really?
Wow.
What is the deal? I mean, what? So has Steve Wiebe just like dropped off the map, or what?
No, here's the thing. Out of everyone on that board, the only person who has put a 1 million point score recently up, it was Hank Chen.
But Steve Wiebe has done it a bunch of times.
They've all done it a bunch of times. Well, not all of them.
You're saying there might be some rust.
There could be some rust.
I got
exactly.
you.
But
Rust
Hank
never sleeps.
Hank did 1,090,000 last week or something. So
$1,090,000.
1,090,000.
I can't believe that.
I predict this weekend he will get 1,100,000. 1,100,000.
All right.
Here at the Kong Off.
Hank Chen.
Hank Chen. Hank Chen.
Hank
Wait,
Chen.
we like Billy Mitchell though.
We do like Billy Mitchell.
Then why were we chanting for Hank Chen?
It's all about peace and love here at the Kong Off.
But that's not what the King of Kong said. The movie said it was very competitive and evil.
Yeah, but
Sam, are you aware it's called Hollywood?
Oh man!
Oh Jesus!
Yeah.
That's
Jesus Christ!
stinks.
You know, I do feel like though we have gotten the room back, and by that I mean we just cleared it out, and now only special delivery fans remain. So
Right,
that's
it's just-
nice.
it's
Wait a
just
second. Wait. You guys have fans?
Yeah, DJ New Style is
That's
a
right.
fan, and Sheepy, who's just the muscle behind you. E-Rock is a fan.
E-Rock.
Have you met Ewok?
And everyone else who's playing on their cell phones. They're all fans.
Yeah. Except for this chick right here. She just like crinkled her nose like, what's he talking about? I would never listen to this show. It stinks, and it's being broadcast out of an arcade.
I hate them. What's up?
Your buddy Richie Knuckles here asked me to take a photo of him so it looked like he was competing against Billy Mitchell.
Okay, well, thank you.
Eric decided to interrupt the show to show you a picture. I'm glad you've been in the business so long, Eric, and we've learned so much.
Steve, do you think you can get Billy over here?
Well, the problem is he's in the middle of a really good game right now.
So
he's got
when he's going, would he want to be talked to at all?
No, not during the middle of a good game.
So what happens
We're not
if,
going to be able
hypothetically speaking, Sam, Dave, Steve Wiebe went up to Billy Mitchell and just tried to do a little interview?
Yeah, he would probably punch you in the face.
Okay, that was Dave's idea, so
Yeah,
that would be the one.
That's my
to
idea.
Punch.
Yeah.
That would be the one to punch. Well, Steve Sanders, I hope that we can get this done tonight. I'm sure we'll be able to, because we still have a lot of special delivery to go.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yes.
We're not done by a long
right.
shot. Now, here's a game to play, though.
Oh, come on, bring it on.
We were going to play this with Billy Mitchell.
Yeah.
But he's busy, so
Okay.
I think it's only fair that we do this with Steve Sanders.
Okay, I want to hear this. This is going to be great.
And the game is called
What?
I'm nervous.
Make Steve Sanders Laugh.
Oh, that's
Make
a game.
Steve Sanders Laugh. Everybody is going to have to step up to the plate.
Oh, this is for prizes.
We
have prizes.
The winner will receive some prizes. So who's first to step up to the plate to make? And this is. Let me ask you something, Steve Sanders.
Yes.
You don't laugh easy.
No,
he's
very upset.
You're a guy who's pretty intense. You're a hardcore guy.
Jared's going to be grabbing some people. He'll grab
Yeah.
anyone.
Yeah, and you don't like to give people credit for the work they haven't done, correct?
That's correct.
Go ahead.
Well, we're going to start.
And what are the odds? How about this? If Jared can get someone to actually attempt the game, they get a prize. Because so far Jared's asked like 9 people and everyone says absolutely not.
Well, luckily, Jared stinks at this because our first contestant is Spicoli. Spicoli's come on up to the stage.
All right.
Spicoli.
He's going to try and make Steve Sanders laugh. This is
time
going
to
be
play.
Mark Zito, do you have any kind of game show music beds?
Just keep him. All right, just keep him low. It's time to play Make Steve Sanders Laugh.
Okay.
I didn't know I was going to be chosen for this, though.
Okay, and begin.
Okay, now start.
Mr. Hand was asking me, what am I doing? I ordered a pizza. Why?
He's not laughing,
Why?
Dave. Oh, he's not laughing. I'm
Okay.
sorry, Spicoli. That
Okay.
did not work.
Okay.
Who's next to compete?
Actually, you know who's next?
Who?
Spicoli is next.
Spicoli, everybody.
Getting a second chance.
Spicoli is going to try to make Steve Sanders laugh.
Let's talk a little louder into the microphone. Nice and loud. Here we go. Part 2.
So you didn't allow me to finish.
Go ahead.
I didn't allow you to fish.
You took the microphone away from me.
Spicoli,
Yeah,
everyone.
Spicoli, it didn't work this time.
Hold on. We have a new contestant. You stay right here, mister.
Okay, we'll see.
This guy looks so
Jared,
pissed.
who have you found for us? Jared, you can tell us who he is if you want.
I don't know who he is.
You don't know.
You didn't ask him his name.
What's your name?
Josh Houselander.
Mark, just turn that bed down a
Yeah,
little
turn
bit.
it down. Don't worry about the bed so
All
much.
you have to do is make
keep it low.
Mr. Sanders laugh.
It's time to make Steve Sanders laugh. You can win a ton of great prizes. Make Steve Sanders laugh. And what's your name?
My name's Josh Houselander.
Josh is going to make Steve Sanders
All right,
laugh.
Make Steve Sanders laugh.
Here we go, Josh. What do you got?
All right, no, I'm not going to say anything about his pink shirt or anything.
Oh, I like this.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Oh,
aren't these DJs hilarious, Steve?
Actually, they've not made me laugh all night long.
No, he didn't laugh. That's unfortunate.
Be sarcastic.
But what is fortunate?
You're supposed to appreciate the sarcasm.
That was
and laugh
bad.
from
Yeah,
that.
it didn't work,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Oh, sorry.
But
yeah. Up next we have Spicoli.
Spicoli.
Back again. Steve, do us a favor. Just fucking laugh. End this goddamn bit.
Dave made me
What
laugh.
it is I'm high.
That's what it is.
He's laughing! Spicoli did it! Dave, tell him what he's won.
Well, he's won one of the prizes that aren't here, but we will give you a prize. It's a King of Kong t-shirt, everyone.
Wait, the King of Kong, the one that Richie gave you?
Something, yeah. I don't know what it is.
You're just going to give him the t-shirt?
That's
But
right.
he's already wearing a King of Kong t-shirt.
Yeah, he can always wear another one.
Well, don't you have anything else?
You get some gum or something. I have some loose change in my pocket.
I could use some gum.
All right, brother.
I could use some gum. Congratulations, Spicoli. Now, Dave.
Okay.
We were talking about this during the commercial break.
Yeah.
This is probably the most bizarre show, not just because of where it's taking place, but because of who is hosting, and that's us.
Yeah. I feel. Here's the thing. We do love this world.
Yeah.
And whatnot, but the world doesn't love us, do they? They don't love us, huh?
Yeah,
they're very serious. Is that the thing?
Yeah, they're very serious.
They're very, very serious
Do
about
people
this.
think we're making fun of them?
I feel like if we were broadcasting like a chess match, we get more laughs. But I don't know.
Well, it's like I say, you make fun of somebody's friends.
Yeah, right.
And, that's.
But we're just making fun of the guy from the movie.
I told you, Conrad Bain. You booked him, and
Well, I thought we
told
should
you
have
that.
some celebrities, dude.
Right.
See, that's the problem. It's not just a movie. It's real people.
But, no, it's kind of just a movie. It's they're just talking about him from the movie.
Yeah, well,
Like,
It's
Steve
a real-
Sanders from the movie.
They're real people with real feelings. You fucking insensitive prick.
Well, I didn't say anything bad about
right,
them.
Steve?
Exactly.
I want to be liked again.
Well, I don't know
you
about
could just
that.
aim all the negativity towards Sam.
Tell me this, Steve Sanders. Who is this point is less liked, Sam or Dave?
Oh, it would definitely be the special delivery show.
Okay.
Shit. I knew I shouldn't associate myself
I
with
don't
you.
know. You're so negative. I feel like we're 7 for 7 with 7 fucking grand slams.
Yeah, I think that's accurate. Yeah.
Well, Dave, by hook or crook, before this show ends,
okay,
we are going to have Steve Wiebe and Billy Mitchell on the air together. We may sever relationships.
Yeah.
Steve Sanders, you'll always be our friend, right?
Always.
Yeah, we
Thank
love Steve.
God for Steve Sanders. And by the way, Steve Sanders, you've done a fantastic job so far as third mic.
Oh, unbelievable.
I mean, better than Jared, for
Thank
sure.
you.
I mean,
Thank
better, because we've had Jared in studio before. He stinks.
Yeah.
You know when to
Well,
talk.
they call him fruitcake.
Fruitcake. You know when to
I
talk.
think a three-legged poodle would do better than Jared.
Oh, Jared.
Which I actually own, by the way.
You own a three-legged
Really?
I didn't know it was
Pretty
a
much.
poodle.
No, yeah, Pomeranian, same thing.
You know when to hold off, when to talk, when to do your thing. You know what I mean? And when
When
you
to
come
jizz.
in, when to what?
Jizz.
That's nothing. That has nothing to do with what we're talking
You
about.
got it, buddy.
This is the negativity, I think, for coming back in the room. Jared,
Yes.
you are going to get that tattooed on your arm, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, why do you think Steve Sanders is performing so well tonight? Is he just naturally gifted at all that he does?
I think he's got a lot of charisma.
You think that's what it is? What about
Oh,
you?
I don't have any charisma.
No, zero.
so-
Zero.
He actually, he's negative on the charisma scale.
And of all the people that we've talked to tonight,
Yeah.
I feel like Jared's the worst, and he's the one who actually wants to be
Yeah.
in radio. I mean,
Steve
everybody
Wiebe-
else is just here to have a good time.
Steve Wiebe did a great job.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
Well, Dave, we are going to get Billy Mitchell and Steve Wiebe talking to each other. I'm sure Steve Sanders will join us. Great. And I'm sure all you will, too, when Special Delivery starring Sam and Dave continues.
More Special Delivery with Sam and Dave Coming up on the Virus, Sirius 197 XM202.
We are back, and that's Sam, not here, but Dave and Bobby replacing Sam to talk about Sam and Dave at the Kong Off.
Oh, God. Horrible.
Yeah, no, I stuttered my way through that one. What I was trying to say is,
I mean,
you guys.
No, even not stuttering, it was just the idea was poor.
The idea I wanted to go with is you've got Bobby and Dave. Who you don't have is Steve Wiebe, the #1 Kong player, arguably, of all time. That's what I was going to say. Somehow I said Sam.
Yeah,
Sam
it's
and
still
Dave.
not making a lot of sense. But anyway, we're back. We're rocking and rolling. We're having a good time.
And you guys got to talk to Steve Wiebe. And the whole time you're promising you're going to get Steve and Billy at the same time. You never end up doing it because Billy, I think, intentionally at this point is not doing stuff with Steve amidst all the stuff going on with the allegations and whatnot. So,
No, there's no allegations.
There was allegations of cheating at the time of
No,
Billy. It constantly follows him because that's what people do. They throw rocks at the superstars.
He's not fucking with Steve Wiebe because he's not going to break kayfabe. Okay. So, in case you're not familiar with that goddamn wrestling term, it's that you never break your gimmick 24/7. If you're the Iron Sheik in the middle of the ring and you're some guy from Iran who hates America, if you walk into 7-Eleven to get a newspaper and a coffee, and someone's like, "Hey, Iron Sheik, screw you for all the shit you said about America," you stay in character. You go, "No, screw me, screw you. I stand by everything I say about America. Ha, too on America." Like you never break it. So Billy knows.
That's why you'll never give me a compliment.
The Kong is still very fresh. What?
I said, that's why you never give me a compliment. You're staying in kayfabe.
Just let me fucking finish my goddamn rant. When you see my lips moving, you try to talk and it never works out. Because
crushing that kayfabe, Davey Mac. I love it.
Audio mess. It's a jumbled audio mess. The job for you is when Dave Man, the star of the show, when his lips stop moving, mine should. So the point is, fucking Billy Mitchell and Walter and Aaron, God bless America. Wow, this shit's starting to have an effect on me.
That's why they call you Kayfabe Mac, because boy, do you stay in that character, given your internal.
Well, my point was that Billy, he wasn't doing anything with Steve Wiebe because he wanted people to think that they were still enemies when they never really were. He wanted people to be like, Steve's the good guy, Billy's the bad guy, and that's just the way it is.
Which is interesting because Wiebe right away does not keep up the kayfabe. He talks about how much he loves Billy Mitchell, how he's rooting for everybody.
But that's why Billy's not as big of a star that's why Steve Wiebe is not as big of a star and a celebrity as Billy Mitchell, is he? Because Billy Mitchell does all this shit. He's got all these gimmicks. He sticks to the kayfabe.
The one thing he does that makes me laugh really hard is you go, "Sorry if I kind of screwed you up," and Steve corrects you and goes, No. To be clear, you screwed me up. Like, he blames you for the jinx right away, and I love that. Then you guys do a segment on Sam and Dave for the audience if they're not familiar, called Sam and Dave Theater, where you have people act out scripts you wrote, right?
Movie Theory is the name of the segment usually, and it's when, quite frankly, before YouTube, now everyone's got one of these fucking things. Shit, the biggest Star Wars guy on YouTube is Star Wars Theory, where he gives fucking theories on shit. Well, my segment, my idea, beginning in 2009 or whatever, whenever Sam and Dave first premiered, Movie Theory was one of the very first bits. And that's just when we had a strange little movie, just a fun little conspiracy or theory about a movie. But right here, I think we were doing Sam and Dave Theory because, we could expand it to sports theory, wrestling theory, so on and so forth.
This was actually, I think, the tour, though, because you guys were acting out a scene with Steve Wiebe. And initially, you were going to get Eric to play the role of Steve Wiebe, but he informed you he wasn't on payroll that evening.
Okay, you're getting Special Delivery Theater confused with Movie Theory.
I am the one who got those confused.
Jesus Christ.
My bad. That's why I said special delivery theater, and then you explained movie theory to me, and I just
No, you said theory.
No, you misunderstood. It's okay.
Oh, we'll fucking talk with the like
after that lecture of my lips are moving, yours aren't. I was supposed to butt in and correct you.
Okay, sometimes your delivery is like this. You guys have this thing called a movie theater, Star Wars theory. Special delivery theater.
This is special delivery theater.
There, see, that's how you broadcast, my friend. You
Yeah,
can't fucking, screw. Don't take shortcuts with pronunciation.
You know what? Lessons like that are why I wake up every morning and thank God I've got such a professional in my life to teach me the ropes like you.
You're welcome. I'm a stickler for pronunciation.
So you're supposed to do
Unless I have a couple of these in me, and then all of a sudden there ain't no pronunciation. Every goddamn word is just like one fucking syllable, yo. It's just like shit, Davey.
Black Davey's coming back. So you're doing special delivery theater, and what I think's really cool is, despite the fact that he's such a nerd.
By the way, another killer bit that I invented.
Of course, you're the best.
So when people say, what were the roles of special delivery starring Sam and Dave? Dave brought in all the fun, creative shit. And then Sam would be like clips of like Jersey Shore and reality shows. Does he still do that? Is he still over reliant on like fucking like shitty TV clips? Bad shows and crap rather than coming up with authentic original conversation?
I'm going to have to assume yes, because it's been a while since I've listened.
The worst form of radio is like, did you see the reality show last night with the fiance? He brought his bride to be over from Vietnam, and while they were playing ping pong, he broke her fucking nose with the paddle. I got the clip.
XM faction talk.
Who gives a shit about any of these people?
That sounded like a perfect break of Sam, to be honest. It did sound like the opening to most of his episodes. But so you're doing a great theater bit, and Weeby plays along. Now you tell him he doesn't have to say the last words because they were always like, you fuck, and he turns it to you jerk. But he plays along, and it wins the audience over, because if he's willing to do stuff with you, you guys kind of have some charisma.
He's great. Steve Sanders.
Weeby.
Well, both of the Steves. Actually, Steve Sanders was great. Steve Weeby's great. Very, very friendly gentlemen, both of them.
You guys try to get Billy Mitchell over. You make the joke, what if you just pull his hair and grab him? And he goes, no, we shouldn't do that. Billy's the man. He's in a good game. All that stuff. Saying the right things to say. Not great radio, but saying what you're supposed to. So you guys throw it to break, and you come back for what I would say is my favorite interview, probably the entire episode, and we'll hit it right after this segment.
The Virus, Sirius 197 XM202. Special delivery with Sam and Dave continues.
You bet it continues. It's special delivery starring Sam and Dave live from the Kong Off at Richie Knuckles Arcade. We're talking to the greatest Donkey Kong players of all time. Some of them you know from the movie King of Kong, but others you may not. And we have the man who is right now the greatest Donkey Kong player in the world. And that's quite a feat to set that in 2011 to become the greatest Donkey Kong player in the world.
Of all time, even though it's about 30 years too late, it's still impressive.
It means something. Hank Chen is in the house.
Hank Chen, everyone.
Good evening, Hank.
Hank.
So, Hank.
Hi.
You have your own documentary that they're selling here. That guy,
right.
that salesman that we talked to earlier,
That's
he's a
right.
hell of a salesman. I said, he explained to me, this is the Hank Chen documentary. I said, is it good? He said, yep. So, I mean, right there, it's going to make you want to buy it. Yeah.
Now, we asked Richie Knuckles, who owns the arcade.
Yeah.
We asked Steve Sanders, the
He's the guy in the pink shirt.
The
right
gentleman,
there. Yeah, I know
yes, in the pink. All of them seem to say, I said, who's going to put up the big score when it's sundown tomorrow? They seem to say Hank Chen. Thoughts and opinions?
Thank
Shoot.
you. Thank
Shoot,
you.
Dr. Kong.
I personally thought it was going to be Steve Weeby. I think he's just having a run of bad luck today. I just spoke to him.
What's wrong with him? And he looks thin. Can we say, you're a doctor, a little bit of a crack issue right now?
The drug crack
Some
cocaine?
kind of amphetamines, maybe a meth. Have you noticed the weight loss in Steve Wiebe?
No, I haven't. Take
a good look at. Put him on a scale.
Okay, but this
I don't know what his original weight was.
Right.
But, so you think that
compared to the movie,
are you saying that Steve Wiebe is a little more of a threat to your record than Billy Mitchell, for instance?
Well, I feel that Steve Wiebe is probably the most consistent Donkey Kong player. I mean, there have been weekends where he's churned out 2 or 3 million-point games.
Are you serious?
In one weekend, yeah.
No, you hold the world record. What's your score?
Correct, 1,090,000.
Jeez Louise.
Wow.
But if he's put out 2 million point games,
2 million, like 2
over the
individual
course of a weekend?
Yeah, 1 million point,
1 million point games separately.
Now,
yes. Thank you, Hank.
You're a surgeon by trade.
Correct.
Plastic surgeon. Don't you ever worry, because they're very intricate procedures.
Right.
Do you ever worry, because you're probably thinking about Donkey Kong, jumping over barrels and climbing up ladders and stuff, that somebody's going to end up with the wrong nose?
No. He has to save the lady in Donkey Kong. It's just like the surgery. Save the lady.
Is that what you do? You think of it in terms of like, I'm going to save this princess and fix her nose up.
I have to say, when I first started playing, I did think about it when I went to sleep. But once you're at work, like, you're focused on the surgery. I mean, I'm not thinking about Donkey Kong when I'm operating.
Have you ever seen Nip Tuck?
The movie I've seen clips of it. I've never seen a full episode.
Were any of those guys into Donkey Kong?
As far as I know, no.
Okay, but you haven't seen the whole episode. You don't know.
Yeah,
for sure.
I don't know. Yeah.
Do you ever rush through like somebody's surgery because you gotta get home so you can play a game?
No.
Like, just try to be like, all right, whatever, just slap it on.
There was the one time that he was in surgery.
Yeah.
Brian Koo was there and said, Hank, there's a kill screen coming up, and he left.
He left. You were out of there. I thought we weren't allowed to do Brian Koo jokes after what happened
the
earlier.
kill screen thing is all right.
Oh, okay. All right.
He's not here,
You're
so
bad
I
at
guess.
knowing where the line is.
Leave Brian Koo alone, Sam.
I try to.
Jesus.
Steve Sanders is a bad influence. Go ahead. Have you always played Donkey Kong?
No, I started playing after I saw the documentary.
Is that what did the documentary make you say, I want to start playing this game?
Basically, yeah, because I was like, why do so many people care about this game? And they made it sound really hard, so I was like...
And you were like, it's really not that hard. As a matter of fact, I'm going to beat all of you at it.
That wasn't my goal initially, but...
What about Nintendo-type games? Because I like a Mario game. I know he's in Donkey Kong, Hank.
Right.
But I like Super Mario Brothers. Mario Kart.
So do I.
Mario Galaxy.
So do I.
This is it. Mario World. And Sunshine Mario.
Don't be hostile.
I haven't finished Sunshine, but I have finished Galaxy.
You didn't finish Sunshine Mario.
No.
Look who's losing to Davey Mac.
This is very interesting because you have guys like Steve Sanders, Billy Mitchell, Steve Wiebe.
Roy Schild calls him Silly Bitchel.
I don't know what Roy Schild is.
Thank you so much, Dave. We appreciate it.
But these are guys
Roy Schild
who self-admittedly are stuck in 1982, as you said earlier.
Oh, yeah.
That won't move on from these arcade games.
And why should they?
Whereas Hank Chen is sitting there saying, I'll dominate the arcade games.
Good point.
But then once I'm done with that, do you dominate console games too?
Well, I've always been mainly a console player. The arcade generation was a little bit before my time.
When did the Donkey Kong start for you then?
It started 2008 or 2009.
Interesting. What a late start.
So you only took 3 years to beat the record.
Well, the first time I broke the world record, it was actually a little over a year of playing.
1 year of playing.
Yeah,
now, Steve Sanders, how long were you playing before you lied about breaking the world record?
Not long. It was about 7 months.
But you were telling the truth about yours.
Yes.
And Steve Sanders, again,
we're not
you were
certain about that.
you think you might have been lying, Hank Chen?
We're worried.
I'm going to break the world record tomorrow in front of you. And then there'll be no question.
Hank, back to Nintendo for a second. I loved Double Dribble, the basketball game.
Yes.
Okay, is that it? Is that the whole?
Oh, yeah, that was it.
That's not. Sometimes Dave confuses statements with questions.
Sorry.
I'm sure when you were studying to be a surgeon, you did learn somewhere along the way the difference between a statement and a question.
I had brain injury at some point.
I'm a Harvard grad. I'm very well.
Really?
Yeah.
Harvard grad, everybody. He graduated from Harvard.
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 Not to make you jealous, but I did attend a little school called Brookdale Community College.
Yeah, but you say
did not graduate,
right,
by the way.
Now, how many schools did you have to attend post high school to become a surgeon?
Let's see, college, med school, and then I had to do 2 residencies.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So does that count as 4 schools or 3?
I guess you could say 4.
Okay, and Dave, how many colleges did you attend?
Oh, at least 5. But that was due to me getting kicked out of most of them.
Just gonna ask somebody kicked you out. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Everyone.
So you attended 5 colleges, however, all undergrad.
All undergrad.
Okay.
Now,
It's actually a very clever choice of words. He said attended, not graduated.
Exactly.
Hank,
so he's not lying.
Hank, a question for you, or a question for you. You did residencies, right?
Correct.
Chicago Hope. Love that show.
That's once again, that's a statement by Dave McDonald. You've actually placed the mic down.
Okay.
And you're waiting for him to
All
respond.
right.
But
Well,
it's just a statement.
Mr. Fucking Grammar.
Well, I mean, I went to a little place called Syracuse University. They call it the Harvard of the more north.
No, just you and Jared call it that.
Just the 2 of us call it that. But we had a good basketball team.
Oh, yeah.
So that's
better than Harvard.
Carmelo Anthony, do you know him?
No.
No. What the hell?
Who's that?
He's not an athlete. This is the sport he follows, the sport of competitive gaming. Now, are you a little jealous that you came in late in the game and were not able to contribute and participate in the King of Kong movie where all these people got their massive fame from?
Yeah. Not really, because if it weren't for the King Kong, I would have never played Donkey Kong. So,
So you
I'm
were a
actually
big fan.
grateful.
You were a fan of the film?
Oh, absolutely.
Have you met Billy Mitchell before?
I met him once before, and this is my first time meeting Steve Wiebe.
Oh, wow.
Is this as exciting for you as it is for us?
Oh, yeah. I'm collecting autographs just like everyone else.
Just like me.
That reminds me of my question that I asked Steve Sanders. I saw a guy come up to you when you first, I guess you got back from dinner or whatever. You walked in here, and some guy came up to you and asked you to sign a bottle of Poland Spring.
Yes.
And I heard him. He said that he gets all his favorite video game players to sign their favorite beverages.
Yes.
Is Poland Spring indeed your favorite beverage?
Well, it's what I'm drinking right now. So he assumed that was my favorite beverage.
What is your favorite beverage?
I don't know. I'm kind of a blend, probably just regular Coke.
You like Coke?
Yeah.
I have a Pepsi now, but I would have taken a Coke.
Hank, let me ask you this question.
Yeah. Okay, that wasn't a...
Was there a question coming
that was a statement
Sorry.
again.
Hank.
It wasn't even a statement.
I guess not. It was just the start of a sentence.
The ultimate video game player for classic arcade games all around. Your opinion?
Oh,
all around.
All time.
All around.
All
around. Not
generations.
just one specialist.
Uh-huh.
All around.
Right.
Not just the guy who puts up a mappy score like this Greg Bond character, but, all around.
That's a
Hank.
good question. I probably would have to say Billy Mitchell.
Yeah, Billy Mitchell! Steve Wiebe gets destroyed by Hank Chen. You heard it here first. The special delivery. World record holder Hank Chen tells Steve Wiebe, "Go fuck yourself."
I don't think he said that. Now,
Well, remember, Billy Mitchell is the greatest classic arcade game player of our generation.
Yeah, but you say that when Steve Wiebe's not here. You didn't say that when Wiebe was here.
Wiebe is
You
gone, right?
really
You were
are.
on Steve Wiebe's
You
ass
are
a
that
minute
character
ago.
in King of Kong.
He really is.
He
He's
is.
just shellacking everybody he meets.
He shellacked me, baby.
He shellacked me.
Hank, what is it about competitive video game players that make you all you're all very friendly, steer away from the profanity, and maybe get offended by some of the things said on special delivery? What is it
They're clean cut guys.
that is so clean cut about this world?
It's a pretty small community, so I mean, there's their share of bickering, believe it or not.
But there's no
But
there's no Dennis Rodman coming in here and being like, "What's up? Fuck you all. I'm Dennis Rodman."
That's right. Yep.
Yeah, like
We don't
somebody
need that.
who's
today.
just tipping over machines and.
Oh, we don't need that.
What do you mean? You don't think that the world of competitive video?
We don't need people like Dennis Rodman walking in, and,
Oh wait, I know what you mean. And the guy with the glove.
anyway, I think Richie's trying to create like a more friendly.
Then why did you invite
so.
us though?
I don't know.
That's a great question.
That's one for Richie Knuckles though. You can blame him, not us. Okay, this is the show we do.
Sam, we actually do have Jared by Billy Mitchell. Okay?
We do.
Now, hold
The
on.
Subway guy?
Now, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Jared,
No, the fat one.
Jared, the fruitcake, our hanger-oner.
Yeah, your personal
And
assistant.
We were going to let Hank here, Hank Chen, the world record holder, ask some questions to Billy, and then Jared will.
Wait. Billy's standing up. Oh, he sat back down.
He's
Jared.
going to ask some questions. Jared will have the headphones. Jared will have the headphones. So Hank is free to ask a question to Jared, who will then ask it to Billy. Okay, if you have a question. Do you have a question for Billy?
I don't know. I haven't thought of it.
Okay, hold on. First question. Hank does have a question, Jared, to Billy, and please tell this to Billy. Hank said,
Billy?
"Why don't you go fuck yourself?" Now go say that to Billy.
Hank wants to let you know to go fuck yourself.
Oh, Jesus.
Comment? Yeah, he's got no comment.
You gotta love this show, Hank.
Jesus.
Now,
You're just trying to stir up
No, we're not.
This is ridiculous, Hank. I'm no part of this.
Hank, do you have a question? Okay, Hank has another question, Jared.
Okay.
Jared, make sure you tell this to Billy. Hank said, "What's with that fucking hair, weirdo?"
Mr. Chen
That's what Hank said.
wants to know what's with the hair.
Oh,
Jared
Jesus
twist
Christ.
out.
All right, well, this didn't go as well as you had
No
planned,
response.
Hank.
No response.
All right, I think we're done with the Hank, Hank thing right now.
Yeah, I think.
Hank, I mean, you came in here, you shocked everyone, you destroyed people, and you put them in your place. Hank Chen.
Hank Chen, everybody.
Hank Chen. Hank Chen.
And
Hank Chen.
Hank Chen.
Do you walk in tomorrow with an ego,
Hank Chen.
knowing that everybody around here just expects you to dominate this whole thing?
He's the
I don't think that score is going to stand, actually. So
You don't?
It is good to come in. It is good to come in the lead, but I'm gonna push it up higher. I'm gonna try to push it up higher.
You're gonna push it. You're only going higher.
Yeah.
So that score right there is meaningless because you're gonna double it.
I'm not gonna double it, but I'm gonna triple it. I'm going after Steve Sanders' score.
Thank you. Yes.
What would you do, Steve Sanders, if he got 5 million and just destroyed you?
That'd be awesome. Yeah. He could get in Life magazine.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you
Well,
go.
thank you, Hank.
Yeah, Hank Chen, we appreciate
Hank Chen,
you stopping
everybody.
by.
Thank you, Hank.
Special delivery, another legend on the special delivery
You
show.
can go if you'd like, or you can stay. Whatever
You can
the hell
hang out, or
whatever you want.
a lot of people get
Whatever you
uncomfortable with us.
Yeah, whatever you want to
After
do.
a few minutes.
I mean,
Gosh, I can't imagine that. Really.
Steve, you're a survivor. You hang in there, buddy.
I'll be honest.
You're a good guy.
Thank you. I appreciate
I'll be honest. Those questions to Billy were a little bit off color.
Yeah.
Especially now
I
that
don't know
you're
where
trying.
you were coming from.
Now that you're trying to go for a world record, I think you play him a little more PC.
I think there was some clever editing done.
Okay.
Well, there was no maybe some editing, but it wasn't clever. We are at the Kong Off. It's Richie Knuckles Arcade.
We're winding it
And
down.
we are winding it down. Billy Mitchell's
Isn't that amazing?
and Steve Wiebe, Hank Chen, everyone is here. All the greatest Donkey Kong players. And of course, I mean, this is all based on the movie King of Kong.
One of the greatest films. And, some of the Chasing Ghosts fellas that were there, some of the guys in the documentary. And
I believe
Steve Wiebe's and Steve Sanders' children were here as well. And they're
That's
putting
right.
up big scores. Everyone's putting up big scores, but you and I, Samuel. But trust me,
We're putting
as
up
soon
big
as
scores.
this thing gets done, I will open up my bottle of Jack Daniels and hit and hit hamburger time.
Dave's getting drunk. And I tell you this,
Thank you.
Dave.
Thank you for those applause.
Sam,
excited.
the big scores everyone's getting. Why is it Dave can't score? What's up with that?
Oh, you're not good with the ladies.
He's right.
But I'll tell
right.
you this: Sam and Dave
I like
tonight
Andy's.
have scored 1,100,000 points, not in Donkey Kong, but in the game of radio.
Oh!
There you go, everybody! Everybody clap for us! Everybody clap! It's Sam and Dave. Everybody clap for us!
It's nice when you have to demand people to clap.
Clap more!
Everyone clap!
Clap for us!
All right. Well, that's nice.
I believe we are looking at
They
some
came back.
delicate claps.
No, I think they came back on our side in the
I
end.
think so too.
I
In the
believe
end-
there goes one of Billy Mitchell's offspring.
Oh yeah, one of Billy Mitchell's kids.
If Billy Mitchell won't talk to us, can we at least get one of his children?
Yeah, we've talked to him before.
He's a good kid. That kid. He remember Pac-Man? He destroyed me in
Oh,
Pac-Man.
he destroyed you.
Yeah.
He shellacked you.
I love that. Can I tell you how much Steve Sanders
If he
I
doesn't
love?
want to do it, don't make him do it. We can hear you.
Can I tell you how much I love the word shellacked?
Thank you.
It's just a great word.
I gave
Let's
that
do it
word
together.
to you as my gift.
Let's do it together.
He shellacked me.
And everyone. 1, 2, 3.
He shellacked you.
Thank you.
Now, Jared, where is Richie Knuckles?
He is playing Donkey Kong. I told him that you guys wanted to talk to him.
And?
He said he was coming, but I'll try and
You're
get
not a
that.
yes man, are you, Jared?
All right, well, thank you, Jared.
Do you have a watch, Jared?
Yeah, I know.
All right, well, then why are you stopping to talk?
I was just trying to throw Richie a plug, but
Why bother? I would like to know where the cast of True Blood and Eminem and all them are.
Oh, yeah,
there he is. Okay, Richie Knuckles, are you there?
I'm here.
Now, Richie, once and for all, before we end tonight, will you admit to us that you made up the thing about Jeff Goldblum and Eminem?
And Spike TV.
And Spike TV.
Spike TV.
And True Blood.
Vince Vaughn.
All right, you ready? I will explain each and every one.
Oh, please do.
I have spoken to Shane Shatterfield, Vice President of Spike TV, about my TV series. So fuck you.
Okay.
Number 2.
Oh, jeez.
Billy Mitchell has an email from Lindsay Pulsifer of True Blood and
boy.
some other dude that I don't know that was on CSI New York the other night. I don't know what the fuck his name is, and I don't give a shit.
Okay.
But Billy told me they were coming.
What about Eminem and Jeff Goldblum?
Eminem,
very ugly. Very ugly.
Jeff Goldblum, I don't even know who the fuck Jeff Goldblum is, and I never said that name. And Eminem was told to me that he likes Donkey Kong.
Richie Knuckles,
Richie Knuckles, everybody.
Richie
Richie, we appreciate you having us out here tonight.
Yeah, great job,
And-
Richie.
and-
Honestly, this was one of the best events I've ever seen.
And go ahead and plug, before we run out of time, go ahead and plug all your websites.
Everything, Richie gets a plug. Jared, give Richie the mic so we can plug.
What are you doing?
RichieKnuckles.com.
RichieKnuckles.com. There's the Kings of Capitalism.
Yes.
There's Richie Knuckles in Flemington, New Jersey.
TheKongoff.com.
TheKongoff.com.
KongOff.com.
TheKingofCapitalism.com, and that's capitalism with a K.
And then don't forget AttorneySteveSanders.com.
I love that.
Thank
Attorney
you.
Steve Sanders. Well, we heard briefly from Billy Mitchell tonight.
Yes.
We heard from Steve Wiebe for the first time on Special Delivery.
We got Hank Chen.
We had Hank Chen for the first time
Steve
on Special
Sanders.
Delivery. Steve Sanders proving his worth as a man about town here at the KongOff.
And don't forget Fred Spicoli.
And Fred Spicoli was here.
Unbelievable job. And that's it, Samuel.
That went fast.
All right.
We appreciate the kind folks at Richie Knuckles Arcade for having us out here. We have to thank Tom McDonald and his assistant Frank. They did a fabulous job.
Oh, thank you guys.
As engineers.
Yes, they do deserve applause.
We have to thank Rob Cross because I can't believe that SiriusXM let us do this.
Applause.
So big thanks to Rob Cross for helping
Thank
us
you.
out. Of course, Mark Zito back at the studio.
Mark Zito.
Jared the Fish Boy for making a triumphant return.
And I'd like to thank E-Rock for playing Stargate Pinball all night.
No, you have to thank E-Rock for showing you a picture in the middle of a show.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's still learning. Steve Sanders, you were definitely MVP today.
It's Steve Sanders!
Thank you, Steve Sanders.
Third mic!
And to the rest of you, we were just joking. Try not to take it too seriously.
You're welcome.
We love you all. May the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows. Good night, everybody!
Sirius 197 XM 202.
We are back. And much like we're back, you guys were back from your break with probably my favorite interview the whole time, Hank Chen.
I do want to show you one thing.
Okay.
I showed you the Kong Off poster. This is a bottle of miniature hot sauce that Billy Mitchell personally gave to me and signed. That's the autograph on the bottom. The hot sauce, he gave this to me in 2010. It's turned a kind of brownish color. So it's really not the aesthetic beauty of the hot sauce, but more for the autograph, for the Billy Mitchell autograph right there. Now, if anyone wants this bottle of hot sauce, just email me. Right now, we're setting this going. And if anyone wants a poster, email me. I will give the autograph bottle of hot sauce for no less than $1,200.
Seems a bit low.
And we have a few posters left. $500 each.
Fucking giving them away, Dave.
Very affordable prices for said products. Now we continue.
Fucking giving our stuff away. I love it. So you met Hank Chen, who is a doctor. He's a plastic surgeon. My favorite quote is somebody asked him, "Hey, Hank Chen, shouldn't you be out getting pussy? You're a plastic surgeon." And he goes, "I play Donkey Kong to get pussy."
He's good. He's funny. Funny little guy.
He's definitely a nerd. He said he got into the game because of the documentary. But he's the most normal person you talk to the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, would you agree with that? What was your experience?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he didn't have as much personality. Good old guy there, but hell of a Donkey Kong player.
And what you liked about him is he played other video games. You make the comment at one point, everybody who plays Kong is stuck in the 80s. Like, he's able to talk Paper Mario Sunshine with you, which he admits he hasn't beaten yet. And you go, well, Davey Mack has, so who's winning now?
Fucking A. I beat every Mario game. Every single one. And I mean, people recognize me as one of the great Mario Kart players in the world. Robert has personally witnessed my dominance so many times. I'm forced to play on the highest league, the most elite league of Mario Kart in the world. I still dominate.
The GOAT, Davey Mack.
It's tough.
The best part for me is when you send Jared over to Billy Mitchell. And then you go, Hank, we're going to have Jared ask any questions you have for Billy Mitchell. Do you have any? And he goes, let's just leave him alone. He's playing his game. And you go, hey, Jared, Hank says, fuck you, Billy Mitchell. And Jared goes, hey, Billy, Hank says, fuck you. And he just keeps playing. Then you go, what's up with that fucking weird hair? And Jared goes, Mr. Mitchell, Mr. Chen wants to know what's up with the hair. And
I mean, look at this. This is goddamn fucking... This is the Impractical Jokers before they even fucking existed. We're doing that type of shit. Come on, man.
Incredibly ballsy by Jared. Well written by you. I guess people were calling into the show trying to get you to knock over the machines as people were playing. And you do it in the best way, kind of maneuver around it and basically saying, we won't get out of here alive if I start doing
I mean, come on. I'm knocking over the machines. Like, come on.
Well, that is the
old do it.
Smash the pinball, you know.
Yeah. Go fuck yourself. I'm knocking over machines. That's like, what are you talking about? No, we're not going to be fucking doing thousands of dollars of vandalism, which would absolutely get us fired before we could even leave the venue.
Yeah,
we're going to just start throwing around pinball machines and video game machines. This is where, like, the listeners sometimes, like, you do question their own sanity and like, is there anything, like, is there any limit to as much as, like, I can possibly give you, like, blood, sweat, tears, cum, and shit? Is there anything I can, well, how about you get arrested? Like, take a $10,000 pinball machine and just throw it to the ground. No,
let's not do that.
You know what's also the other thing? My cousins had a pinball machine growing up. It was fucking awesome. Like a legit big pinball machine. And it was so fucking cool. I couldn't wait to go to their house for like a trip, Thanksgiving or something. Because you're a kid, you're like, how many times you get to play a full size, the legit, real deal pinball machine? I couldn't believe it. And so I've always loved pinball machine.
Of course.
It's not like I'd be some fucking blonde-headed twat who would take a mallet to a pinball machine the way Opie did when Al Dukes bought him a Rolling Stones pinball machine. Now, what kind of narcissistic douchebag do you have to be to realize you're now not just destroying the pinball machine, you're taking away fun from everyone else, including your partner at the time, Anthony Cumia, who I remember when they told him, hey, Opie fucking broke the pinball machine. He was like, oh, that sucks. I like playing that pinball machine because pinball's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, why would you break it? Here's why you break shit. You want to know why? You break a pinball machine or you stomp on a homeless person's cake because you're not funny, witty enough to make people laugh or to make people think, or you're not captivating enough to make people interested in you. So you resort to shock jock stunty bullshit, like breaking something that everyone could have enjoyed and was enjoying. Douchebag. I'm sorry. I'm so down on Opie because of his like anti-Anthony, like Anthony is gay. So I actually see these clips of Opie. Is this his show?
I couldn't tell you.
Why does he talk? Why does he squint his eyes and have a fake voice the entire time?
Well, he didn't do the fake voice early in radio, so he's doing it now.
No. Have you seen any Opie clips on the internet lately?
No.
You're never on Twitter or anything?
I try to stay off of it.
All right. You got to watch these clips. He does this thing where he's squinting, but he also talks almost like he's doing an Opie impression of himself. Remember when I used to do an Opie impression on Ron Fez?
Brother man.
Hey, bros, hey, dudes. Let's party. Come on, man. Let's get out our beer. Hey, we got some great radio today. WNAW 102.7. Alice in Chains, bros. Come on, man. Hey. So anyway, I mean, he's always been the corniest, hackiest douchebag on the planet. The reason why Opie and Anthony succeeded was despite of Opie. Never because of it. Because of Anthony, Norton, all the comedians. Yeah. Never because of Opie. No. So but he just can't live with that. He can't live with that he won a lottery ticket. Most people would be happy. He's not. And so I watched this clip and he's running down Anthony. But it's like he doesn't talk normally anymore, huh? He's like,
I guess not.
He goes, Anthony, I heard Anthony was trashing me the other day. Well, that's what happens, man. Anyway, dudes, Opster here, live streaming. Give me a $5 pledge if you want your message read on the air. And if Anthony's going to trash me, well, he's just a loser, dudes. I'm like, not only has this fucking unfunny, uncreative, lame wannabe, he is a Howard Stern wannabe. He always has wanted to be Howard Stern, folks. Everything that Howard Stern said was true about Opie, not about the Opie and Anthony show.
No.
But everything that Howard Stern said, you could put on Opie, and guess what? Whether you like him now or not, because a lot of people don't like Howard, but whether you like him now or not, he was dead on about Opie needing Howard to be his daddy, about Opie needing Howard to fucking give the Opie and Anthony show praise on the air. That is what Opie needed. It's fucking pathetic. It's fucking pathetic, dude. It's fucking, and to do this, to now be 30 years in the game and to be getting worse. He sounded more natural like in 2002.
Yeah.
What's with this weird presentation?
I
think people have accused me of being like loud, but it's like, that's who I am. Off the air and on the air. Like, you're getting me.
Yeah.
I'm never fucking doing like a fake goddamn persona for you, ever. What is Opie doing? What is that shriveled up fucking mouse face with the squinting and the shriveled up? Here's Opie. Hey, guys. Hey, dudes. Hey, what's up, yo? Hey, man, I'm Opie. Really, I am the most unentertaining, unoriginal fucking douche ever. I just love the sound of my own voice and the smell of my own farts. I'm Opie. What a total fucking douche.
Couldn't agree with you more. Like, even if you hated the guy, wish him well. Like, you spent all those years together trying to be on radio.
I've always done something like that. If someone has a big accomplishment, Sam Roberts.
Of course.
Anyway, including Anthony this past week. But it was more than just being a jealous bitch. It was like, Opie, you have always sucked. Now this guy's back in radio and you're trashing it. And I got into a little bit of a fight like 2016 with Opie.
Yeah.
And Keith made me delete the tweets, Keith the cop, because he thought that somehow they were going to reunite and do the Opie and Anthony show on Compound Media. I go, that's never going to happen. I go, have you had any conversations with Anthony privately? I have. It's never going to happen. Because Opie is convinced that he's a talent. When you can pick up any fucking random intern from any fucking radio show, and they're going to be more talented than Opie in 5 minutes.
Yep. And
he's actually devolved in his career. He's declined.
I think the big difference you could see between the two is the number of times Opie held people back because he was worried they would blow past him.
Oh, including Special Delivery starring Sam and Dave.
Absolutely.
Including the Davey Max Sports program. Not Paranoia. It's what Eric Nagel told me, and it's what Anthony told me.
No, absolutely. And you could even see it when you were gone and what he did to Sam, making him do nights and then
Sam and Dave was a hot show, and so was Davey Max Sports Program XL on Saturday nights. And straight up, when that fat alcoholic Tim Sabian came in one day or two in 2014 and was asking people what shows should we renew on the weekend. And he went and they got to my show. Opie said nothing. Eric said nothing. Anthony was like, whoa, well, hold on. Davey Max show is great. But those other guys said absolutely nothing. So they threw my show under the bus. That comes from Anthony Cumia himself, who told me about this fucking meeting.
Doesn't surprise me.
So it's always been about Opie. It's always been about his fragile fucking ego. And the guy I've never seen a less talented person get paid better for shit he don't deserve. He doesn't deserve it.
Maybe E-Rock.
Nah, I think $3 million is more than 75 G's, bro.
Just wanted to get my shot in too, so everybody knew I agreed with you.
No, not more than Opie, I know, but your shot's got to make sense.
On that note, I think you illustrated just how great of a show Special Delivery was with how well you were able to do it. And if people enjoy what you're doing, because it is great. We've had some great episodes of the things you've been doing lately. I saw Yaddle Chattle's back. We had Aaron Berg on the Davey Max Sports program. And you guys had a hot wrestling one recently. Dave,
man, it's all happening. Make sure you're subscribing to all the shows. Anywhere you get podcasts, these shows are available. Of course, we also put them up at youtube.com/EastsideDaveTV. But if you're on Apple, if you're on the iTunes, if you're on the Spotify, the Amazon Music, you can get them all in podcast form. Make sure you're subscribing, giving the 5 stars, giving the likes, giving the thumbs ups. And with the YouTubes, make sure you're thumbs up in that and giving it the likes and the views and all that bullshits. And make sure you're spreading the word because, yeah, we are on fire right now.
doing lots of fun stuff. If you want to see me do stand-up, check out my social media. I post on there sometimes. And on that note, thank you for tuning in, radio family. Good night.
See ya.